Attack left lane.
Just zigzag and hope for the best.
No.
Did you just really admit to that?
Attack the Gold Fury.
I'm like, look, he pulled a guy.
Group up.
Buddy, are you okay? We're over here.
Oh, you're fuzzy wuzzy. Let's not hurt them too bad.
Let's make them scream! To Niflheim with you! Split push!
Split push!
Howdy, folks. Welcome to episode 39 of Split Push. It's a Smite podcast from the casual, console, cool perspective here. Well, I got some friends and family along with me here tonight and a special guest, so let's get things rolling here. First up on tonight's list is Beagle Girl.
Sup?
Man, all that going up with that.
First up on the list, it's Beagle.
All right,
So,
well, hey, guys,
no matter what I say.
the rest of you, the bar has not been set very high, so, you know.
Oh, well, that's good at least.
Well, next up here is Yuki.
Yay, though I walk through the valley of work. This is bullshit. I'm home. What's up, guys? 15-hour work days.
Oh, yeah, I don't blame you there. So, Dan, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Oh, fine. Thanks for
Conversational.
asking. Last of the normal hosts up here this week, it's our buddy Guy.
What's up, everyone?
See how,
That's how it's done,
chipper he
boys.
sounded there, guys?
That's how it's done.
That was like the moment right there. But our special guest this week is none other than Izanami.
Hey guys, I don't know how special I am, but thanks for having me.
Well, I think you're special,
Everyone's
but I think
special.
everybody's special.
Gotta tell my mom that.
You
mom
can tell
never
my
lied.
mom, but she would forget.
Sorry, what?
Oh, no, nothing. But anyway, so Izanami, normally here to kick off the show whenever we have a special guest on, we like to kind of open the floor up with you a little bit so you can tell the whole crew and podcast world here a little bit more about your old self and why you and Smite are such a thing.
Oof. Well, depressing, lonely Friday nights. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I always grew up in gaming. My brother played like every game there was known to man, and I started playing I guess Spyro, and I tried speedrunning, and I was excited with that. And then my ex coincidentally got me into Smite, and when he and I broke up, I was like, oh, screw this game, and I didn't play it. And then, like, you know, you have that period of where you miss something in your relationship. Well, I didn't miss him, but I missed Smite. And I re-downloaded it, and it's been basically that ever since.
Hell yeah.
So, here we are.
Yeah.
Smite's like a bad relationship, and we all come back to it.
No matter how much it abuses me and pisses
We're
me off.
enablers in this relationship. And we're always going to be here, so.
Yeah, well, in the beginning of our show, we normally like to talk about our games of the week, and you're just reminding me of pretty much how my week went there. So Saturday, I was gonna Smite most of the day. You know, got up early, no one else is awake. I'm gonna hop on, gonna grind out some ranked joust today.
Okay.
First game. First game.
I hear the word ranked. I'm like, oof. Okay, go ahead.
Same.
First game. I go in and I'm carry. Okay, so I picked Medusa. All right. I'm feeling good about this. We got a good team here. And we go out. We get red minis. We get wave. We get red. We get wave. We get their boo. We get wave. We get our boo. We get wave. We get minis. We come back and we cycle through our backs and just kick their fucking asses like it was nobody's business. You know, they just knew how to play ranked joust.
Mm-hmm.
And I get in the second game, win another game. All right, good way to start the day. That was the only wins of the day, unfortunately, because after
You be
that,
like that sometimes.
I just felt like a lemming, and I would run and jump off the cliff. But right before I fall to my demise at the bottom, I get teleported back up 10 yards before the edge again and go running right back off. Oh my goodness. And it was it was a mixture of things, but it was never just, wow, that was a good team. It was, what the hell are you doing? Like, it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
Like, the epitome of it, there's two epitomes of it. The first one was our Ganesh saying, ultimate is ready, attack. I'm like, dude, you're half health. You just threw your ult under their tower and charged in.
Oh.
And you're dead. I didn't even get to move yet. You know,
That's the
like,
pro play.
Okay. Like, I appreciate the communication, just didn't like location.
Yeah, it was the execution that kind of got me then.
Yeah. And then the other epitome was, oh, there's my ally with no health and no mana. Like, literally under 10% of both. But no enemies near her, anywhere. Just standing in the front of our tower radius as the enemies are running up lane. And I'm like, what you doing? As I'm running out, looking at this whole scene develop, and it's like, oh, one basic attack from the enemy as soon as they got in range and she was dead. I'm just like, what did you think you were going to do at under 10% health and no mana, standing on the front line of the tower? So I sucked it up that whole day, that whole evening. Even when I started playing with friends, I brought them all down. I didn't win any more games that night. That was a long day of losing. My whole screen had gone to losses, and well, I fought back. I've had a lot of fun games since then, so I'll leave my games of the week at that. Yeah, otherwise, I might just be rambling on. How your games been, Izzy?
My games have been good. I have to play one more ranked game to not decay. I kind of plan it out so I don't have to play as much ranked as people. Like, people grind TP. Like, my friend Luke has 10,000 TP in ranked jousts, and I'm like, I have like 100, and that's as good as it's about to get. So I plan out how many times I have to play ranked again before I start decaying by the end of the split. So I would have been fine, but they added more days to the split. So I was like, damn, I have to play again, but I have to play on this day, because if you add 2 weeks to that day, okay, we're good. So that's how I look at it. And then others are like, I'm playing ranked. I've been playing since the crack of dawn, and I've grinded 1,000 TP today. And I'm like, you're out of your freaking mind. But sure, I guess, do you? I mean, once you're in Masters, like, does it matter? If I'll be happy with 1 TP in Masters. I don't care. And then you have people that have like 9,000 TP. I'm like, okay,
yeah.
well, I could say I have a life, but I don't. But I'd rather just, like, you know, since it's double weekend, I'd rather go play a god 500 games in a row in a casual and get worshippers than want to kill myself in ranked. But
Yeah.
the games are good. Kind of like you. I don't know, I play with people that know what they're doing, you know, 95% of the time, but actually I had a game today this morning where...
Wait, you said like me? Because like, these guys don't know what they're doing 95%
Could be.
of the time. Not that good.
Oh, crap.
Definitely mediocre.
That's toxic, I don't know. But we had a regular casual joust match today this morning where... the enemy team's Raw hit level 5 before we did, and I was like, well, if any of us are low, this guy's gonna go somewhere and get sniped. So I pinged, who wasn't in comms with me, but he's on our team, like, he's our friend. He was playing King Arthur, and I was like, he has, like, no health. This guy's gonna get sniped. So I literally typed, I'm like, retreat, you're gonna get sniped. He's literally walking to red buff right now, gonna snipe you. Not even 10 seconds later, we get first blooded because my King Arthur didn't listen, and he's like, you know, you're right, he definitely was gonna snipe. I'm like, yeah, because you have a respawn timer and you're dead.
Wait,
and
how's that go, Beagle? You right? You right?
You're right.
And then he typed out, you know, I knew he was gonna do it, but I'm a little laggy, so. And I was like, what? That doesn't make sense. We told you like 30 seconds ago to leave.
Mentally a little laggy.
Yeah.
I know I'm that way sometimes.
It
I
was
don't
really
hear
funny.
half the
Sounds like
shit
me.
these guys say to me.
Oh, the worst is like when you're really concentrating because some shit's going down in your lane, and you're like, "What the fuck?" And they're like, "We called it," and you're like,
Oh.
"Fuck, do I
Get
argue?
my
Do I die on
attention,
this hill?"
Hmm.
The
Yeah,
answer is
so
usually
I-
yes.
Yeah, I miss a
Yeah,
lot
I do
of
that all the time. Play it mid. Beagle will call it, and I'll be like, "Damn, Beagle, why didn't you call her missing?" I did.
The best is when
okay.
the best is when you call something and nobody really looks at the VGS and they're like, "Well, why didn't you say anything?" I'm like, "Well, if you refer back to VGS where I said enemy missing left 16 times before I got VGS flooded, you would have known that someone was coming to you." But I digress. It's fine.
It is that you get into that level of concentration, you know, when shit's hitting the fan, and you know, or you're in that groove and shit's going down, and it's just like, and then surprise, it's like, what the fuck? And
it's Smite. Shit's always hitting the fan.
The amount of times I'm over in solo lane and miss my blue because something wonky happened, and you know, Dan just dropped it, and you know, he told me he did, but you know, it's just like, Dad, I'm dropping your blue, and on he goes. I didn't hear, Dad, I'm dropping your blue. I'm like, damn it, you almost hit me with that. Fuck you, hit you with that. And then it's like, oh fuck, I missed my blue.
Yeah, that's one of those things that like I wish there was a separate volume dial setting for just VGS, because like I have a lot of the volume on the game other than like sound effects is turned down, and that's one of the ones I'd like, can I crank this up?
Yeah, that would be kind of smart. Like I don't need to hear the notification of getting a queue from, I can be standing in Japan and have my computer, you know, where it is right now, and you hear it and you're like, okay, I'd rather just hear VGS and the important things too. Cuz it's so loud for no reason.
Man, they gotta wake you up. Make sure you're awake. Make sure you're prepped and ready.
Yeah, but you got me sitting over here daydreaming about raw snipes.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Not the raw snipes.
I mean, I did make some new friends this weekend. That was the highlight of the weekend. Is I made friends with, because I was also convinced to play on mic with the local yahoos.
Oh, jeez. You're brave.
I made some friends. I found some decent people, and you know, we've been playing together, so that's been pretty cool, you know. So shout outs to those guys that have been graced by my ever powerful experience, and you know, all that. I did show some of the guys my raw, and that was a good game. I love sniping people.
I'm not a good raw. I don't know why. Well, I mean, I have him diamond. I don't know how I got him diamond. I guess he's one of those, like, you don't remember that you've played him so many times, and now he's finally diamond gods, I guess.
Yeah.
But I like healers. Healers support is basically mostly what I play, so I'm surprised that I don't remember this, but yeah, he's diamond, so I guess I have played him a few times, which is good, I guess. He's hitting a raw snipe. There's nothing more amazing than hitting a raw snipe, especially one that's like a, you know, the out of sight one where you don't see the enemy.
I always like chasing somebody down and hitting them with a little beam, while they're running from you.
Yeah.
It's always hilarious.
It's just, there's so, you know, them just trying to run from you as you're just laughing behind them with your nice little slow going about, and
yeah.
I like when I'm playing raw and I'm chasing someone down and I throw my beam not at them, but like couple steps to the right, because I know they're going to dodge, and I just got to guess which way it's going to go, and I just watch them step right into it and die. That's my favorite.
It's good. That's really good with Kukulkan ult too, when you Spirit of the Nine Winds somewhere random and all of a sudden they walk into it and they die and you're like, haha, idiot.
Yeah. Especially because like it's such a loud sound cue that like
it's so loud.
Recognizes too.
But yeah,
so
but there's nothing worse than hearing that and not knowing that there's a Kukulkan around.
Yeah.
Like, shit. Do I juke or do I not juke? Where's this? Yeah, and you're looking down on the ground. Do I look down the ground for the, you know,
the targeter?
the targeter, or am I looking up in the air for the fucking big ass dragon flying towards me?
Yeah, exactly. It's funny.
Yeah, I usually just I hear cuckoo ult and I'm just like, and hard 90.
Yeah, basically. It's like trying to run away from an alligator or a crocodile. You just zigzag and hope for the best. Smite. I've come to the conclusion that Smite and playing is just RNG in every aspect. That's all it is. Just run and hope for the best. Roll your
Yeah.
face on the keyboard, hope for the best.
Yeah. Dude, there's people that just run in a straight line and I miss because I'm expecting them to juke.
Yeah,
like,
that's
seriously?
because
Like, he
that's
didn't juke at all. I threw a beam to his side and alted to, beam left, alt right, and fucker got away right down the middle.
that's how you know you've ascended in Smite, when you're trying to like go for that, sweet play, and they don't juke, and you're like, who doesn't juke? Because it's like, who jukes that way, and then they just walk in a straight line, and you're like, buddy,
Man, you're such
come
garbage.
on,
Why aren't you
shouldn't
juking?
walk in a straight line.
Yeah.
That is
Anytime
honestly,
you
like-
walk in a straight line, though, people hit you.
Yeah, okay, it's like, why can't I get lucky once? Okay, it's fine, no problem.
That's definitely
Guess I'll die.
Big
Literally.
one of my most popular fallouts. In Duel, I'll be playing like Uller, and if they don't dodge, it takes me like 2 minutes to get used to hitting my axe again. Because I'm so used to, like, it's on instant cast. I'm so used to just throwing it where I know they're going to be, instead of like, is he going to juke? Or is he just going to fucking walk in that straight ass stupid line? And it throws me off so much. It takes me a couple minutes to catch up.
I play a lot of Loki in Duel. Last split, oof.
Guys, we have to stop recording.
Oh, damn. Sorry. I guess I should just go. I'll see you guys later.
Did you just really admit to that? Wow.
Well, yeah.
I
You know
always
what?
am.
Actually, the worst thing in the world is, so I have a problem. I don't know, like, I play hell a lot, right? But
Yeah.
when I have a goal for a god, I just play them, and I hate myself. Well, clearly, obviously, I play Smite, but
Yeah.
one day,
What a mood.
one day, I log in and I'm in a match and I pick Loki because, clearly we hate ourselves. And you know how you have the stars for every 1,000? I had 2 stars on Loki. I didn't notice. And I was like, my heart. I was like, oh no. I hate myself. And that's how I knew. That's how I knew. I was like, oh no, I can never play this god again. And he's been at 3,042 worshippers for a really long time. And I'm just like, no. And then every time I hover over him, I'm like, do I do it? Well, my best friend and I have this running joke where I said, Katie, who do you think my best god is? Praying she was gonna say hell because it's like my pride and joy. And she goes, she did a long hard pause and was like, probably Loki. And I was like, what? And she's like, there are a lot of good hells, Tori, but there aren't a lot of good Lokis. I was like, are you high?
Yeah, that's
And ever
exactly
since
the
then-
opposite.
And I was like, ever since then, I lost all respect for her now, but I didn't really understand why. And then I kind of compared my win rates on gods, and I have a pretty good win rate on Loki. But is that really saying anything? No, it's not. So, and now when she asks me who, like, she has like 20,000 worshippers on Neath,
Holy shit.
but every single time I see her play Susano, for some reason, she goes like 20-0 every time. Well, I mean, he's brainless, but she's a really good Susano. So for Christmas, she streams also. But for Christmas, I bought her the Into the AM Susano blanket, and I had her open it on stream. But when she opened it, I was like, hey, who's your best god? And she's like, is this a Susano blanket? And I was like, maybe? Perhaps? And it was. So, yeah. That was so funny. But I don't know. I play Loki, I'll admit it, and I hate myself. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, well, at least you hate yourself for doing
Yeah,
this. I
no,
guess we'll let you
it
slide.
doesn't
You
go
can continue to
unnoticed,
record
obviously.
with us.
That's okay. I have my Loki is at, what is it, 10 for Mastery 1?
Mm-hmm.
So like 18 worshippers. And it was all because I fucking hated Loki. It just annoyed me when he was in the solo lane. And I'm like, screw it, I'm going to do it because it's not hard. And I'm like, and we'd win, and I'd win lane, and I'd gank people and never lose my tower. And I go, yep, this is why it's boring. This is boring to do. Fucking
Yeah,
Loki solo.
basically. It is not something to be proud of. I'll just no shade at Professor Loki, but it is not something to be proud of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a diamond Loki, and I'm also just ashamed of it too.
Ashamed
So.
of myself. Yeah.
Except for when you used to play them. Doing Loki things for Loki reasons.
Well, do you guys remember the match of the day called Hoarder? They don't do it like ever anymore, and I haven't played match of the day in a long time. Not like it's labeled, but
Yeah, it's not labeled. That kind of prevents me from ever looking because I don't
playing
want
it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
How do you know how many people you need?
Yeah.
well, exactly. But Hoarder was basically cooldowns runneth over, but you could pick your god, and it was an arena. So you got max gold, you got cooldowns reduced, and you picked your god. And that's how I got Loki Diamond. Although I knew at the time stats, like I didn't show my stats anyway. But that's how I got him Diamond. I played him literally for like 2 straight hours, and a max gold Loki in an arena against,
everything.
Scylla, anything, and my history never looked so clean. But I mean, that's about it. Like that's how I got him Diamond, and then I played him for a couple more hours after that. So that's probably most of where my Loki worshippers come from. I only played him a little as jungle or an ADC in Conquest, and then Clash, obviously.
Yeah. I miss
What?
You know what?
What?
You know about Match
Don't
of the
be
Day?
giving people
I miss knowing
ideas.
'cause-
I play carry, so
Oh, Loki ADC was a thing like 2 seasons ago,
Yep.
but
it better not ever happen again.
it better not. They better cut that shit out.
What
Welcome to
was
season 6.
wait. What was that like 2 Guardian duo lane once before? Or something like that.
Oh,
I
because
forget.
Guardians are stupid overpowered, and let's buff them for season 6. Oh, never mind. Let me just stop talking.
Yeah, I
There
think
was
we're
a
Let's
game-
gonna-
buff all the
Where-
tanks, nerf crit, and
There was a game where it was like Ares carry, and I don't even
I don't
remember
know.
who
Crit
was
hybrid
support,
It
builds.
was
but-
Cabrakan.
Crit hybrid builds.
Oh,
on my
Ares
Wii
and
U are gonna be a
Cabrakan. I
thing.
felt bad for them. I
and then
couldn't
you'd
do
have
it.
a tank in the jungle too. So like it didn't matter.
Yeah.
It didn't matter who you were, you die because
I kicked
chains
their
do
butt,
9,000 damage
Yes, they do.
for no reason.
Dude, changed. to a
As
shit
as
ton
I
of
as
that.
I cackle
Mhm.
and chase people down.
And
Yeah,
hey,
basically.
podcast folks out there listening, remember when you're chaining one target, space them out a little bit. Let them suffer.
Chain, basic,
Right.
chain, basic, chain.
chain, basic. Yeah.
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 Just work that
Well-
routine in there, because I'm so tired of Ares coming up and going bam, 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 hi, 3 times.
Yeah.
Well, what? Like, what did you just?
Yeah. And it's
Thank you.
it's not 3 chains, 3 basics. It's chain basic, chain fire. So they can't run
Yeah.
away from it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Searing flesh.
fucking plebs.
Delish.
Sear the
I'm a
flesh.
trash Aries. I just, blink and ult. That's my job.
I went
So-
19 and something once with Ares and Assault, and I sucked with him ever since.
Whenever I really need to carry
Story
a
of my
game,
life.
whenever I feel like I really need to carry a game, it's Ares.
Oh, I play Hell. That's about it.
Ooh, hell, Ares.
Yeah, Hell is fun. And to anybody. So.
So anybody else got any games they want to talk about? Or, I know a lot of us have been taking the end of season 5 slump here, taking a break before season 6
Me.
works up.
Yep.
I haven't played for a while. I mean, I've been logging in every day for my daily, but
I know I played
I
a
don't
game
feel like
this
it.
week. I
I played
think
like 25 games just this morning, so don't look at me.
I think I drove guy nuts because 2 games in a row in Joust, I was like, this is bullshit.
Mhm.
Oh, see, I don't. It's hard to get me to surrender a game. I fucking hate surrendering.
Really?
But
we know
it's just
that.
too. That's just me. I hate surrendering.
It's
The wind
definitely
could blow
just
and I
him.
could
It's
F6.
definitely just him.
If like we're all 5 playing and we're like having a horrible match, there's always that one person that says no, and I was like, well, of course, guys, says no.
we could be in a game where we have like a 10,000 gold lead and 20 kills up, and if someone takes my buff, I'm like, get me out, F6. Chop chop. I don't need this BM. I don't need this toxicity.
Well, there
But-
you go. That explains all those games that you suddenly just won for no random reason. Somebody's
Exactly.
buff got stolen.
Get me out. It's over.
Yeah.
I can't help you now. I'm out of mana,
Like,
and I have full mana just from base.
I won't necessarily surrender a losing game, but when you're playing a Joust and your entire team is 3 levels below their lowest person, we should just surrender.
Joust is so snowbally though, and
Oh yeah.
I think for I used to play a lot of Conquest. Conquest was the only mode I really played back in the day, and when I switched more to the casual side, I would more over surrender an arena or a clash or a siege than I would a joust, because with joust, all you have to do is wait 20 to 25 minutes regardless. The next wipe, that's game, even if you don't even have a tower down. So with joust, I try not to surrender, and unless I'm having like that bad of a time where I'm like, get me out. It's either I don't want to play the god I'm playing anymore, or everything's annoying me, just get me out. Because joust is like the lane, it's a small lane. It's, obviously it's the one lane, but it's so small that at 20-25 minutes, you're at like a 50-second respawn time, or you wipe the enemy team. That's a tower, a phoenix, and a titan. Yeah. So, like, that's why I try not to surrender joust. I think in ranked joust, we've maybe surrendered like 3 times in my whole playing ranked joust career. Because it was, or they were just like trying to farm us in Fountain, and we're like, yeah, get me out.
Yeah, I'm just so competitive. I grew up playing football, and there's no surrender in me. Sorry.
It's okay. I understand.
Never give up. Never surrender.
Pretty much.
Meanwhile, I'm back here.
Unless you take my buff.
Meanwhile, he's back here, man. I can't believe you won't fucking surrender, man. I fucking hate you right now.
Fucking Plain Sport sells the entire build, buys 2 damage items. Like, we're walking at him. I don't give a shit.
And we won that game, right? Remember?
We won one of those games.
We won one of those games.
The other 6 we did not.
Oof.
Hey, I told you I was on a losing streak this weekend.
Yeah, it's his fault.
Yeah.
It did last into Sunday a little bit, too. I didn't win my first game or 3.
There were a few games that I've played, like, before I've, like, just stopped playing for a while, and I've lost, like, every single day. I have not had a single win in a very long time. So I'm taking a break. I'm playing a game that I've actually had since I got my PS4 because it came with it. Just need a break. I'll probably start playing more once Season 6 starts, so.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of stuff in Season 6. I think that people are going to look forward to. I just wrote my next article for Dignitas is some Season 6 changes. So hopefully everybody finds at least one thing that's coming that they're going to look forward to.
I am pretty excited for Season 6.
Yeah. I think it's going to be... I have mixed emotions about it, but hopefully it'll be better, and I think what I'm looking forward to the most probably, I mean, I can hope, would be like bug fixes and stuff, but let's not get crazy. Yeah. We'll see. And they've really done really well as far as like the skins. Like, you have to admit, the skins that have been coming out,
oh my goodness,
the last few months have been amazing. The card art on the skins, oof, they're really nice too.
Yeah, the skins have just been nutty.
Yeah, speaking of skins, we got some good ones coming out in this patch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and speaking of skins, I think I got a skin code.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, I do. Let's just throw one out there, folks.
Throw it out there, yeah.
All right, what do we got here? What do we got first? Do you want to should we give away King Arthur's Excalibur Light or Cerberus Brimstone?
Recolors are trash. Give away Brimstone.
All right, I like that.
We're going to give away a recolor, like...
We're gonna heat things up with this Brimstone here, all right? Y'all grab your pens and your pencil and your paper or whatever you need.
I did.
Got your notes ready? No hosts allowed.
Oh, I'm already on Smite, getting ready. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I already have the skin in like 10 of those codes.
I don't play Cerberus enough to want the skin.
Here we go. The code is W as in water, W as in water, C as in Charles, B as in boy, 8929, A as in apple, B as in boy, 3, F as in Frank, 90111. There you go. I'll say it one more time just quickly. WWCB8929AB. Oh wow. 3F90111. My eyes are getting old. I tell you what. Yep.
My hearing. So you can't see. I can't hear.
Same.
It's perfect. Honestly.
Yeah.
I swear, I'm going deaf slowly. I swear.
I didn't go deaf slowly. When I lost my hearing, it was because I was at a nightclub dancing with a wife.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I'm losing my hearing because I car stereos with more power than the engine in my car.
What?
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 Hey, I did a couple.
I will ask someone a question, and then they'll answer, and I'll be like, "What? Did you say something?"
Like, yeah, I answered your question.
My roommate
Oh.
will be
Weren't
staring.
listening.
She'll be staring right into the windows of my soul, talking right to me, and I'd be like, "I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?" And she'll just look at me.
At least I'm not
Yeah,
alone.
Sorry.
That's great.
Oh my. Guy, I know you love to talk about your games of the week so much, and I don't want you to feel like we forgot about you. So why don't
Are we really
you go
gonna do
ahead
this?
and regale us for the next 10 minutes?
10 minutes, yeah, right. I don't really got much of time. I'm trying out some new mages, Scylla. Who else did I try out? Zeus. I can't stand Zeus. I just don't click. Me and Zeus just don't click.
I had that too. I actually
don't-
asked one of my friends, I was like, "Can you teach me how to play Zeus?" And they're like, "You're level 160, come on." And I was like, "Yeah, but I never really played him before." I mean, I know he just destroys me everywhere, and I could be 18 feet from his Aegis shield thing, and I still get the charges on me, and I die. So, teach me. And my friend brought me in a jungle practice and showed me, and I was like, "Oh, he is so stupid easy." And it's been basically a romantic relationship ever since.
Yeah, I told Guy he was overthinking Zeus. I'm like, you stay as
That's
far
what I
back as you
need.
can throw your shield,
Yeah,
plus
basically.
20 units.
I just
Win
can't
games.
And
stand
then profit.
how he looks so slow when he's moving. So it's
He
just,
is.
I feel
Yeah.
so
He
slow,
actually
even if
is
I'm
slow.
not.
He is really
Listen,
slow.
listen. Slow is hell early game too, and I've been dealing with that for a very long time. So I could suck it up for like 3 minutes by not having boots on Zeus. I'll be okay.
It's pretty rough. I play Opwash a lot, so slow's no
Oh,
big
he's slow
problem.
as shit. Yeah.
Yeah. But
I used to build
Playing
movement
him.
speed. when I
Smite
played
mage
Zeus.
problems. Slow.
slow, right? No mobility.
Oh
At least
my
the hell has the little thing that makes it run quick that like gives it a little boost.
Yeah.
That is something I like about Ra. You get plenty
Yeah,
of
his
movement speed with
passive's
him.
pretty nice.
Oh, I love that.
But other than that, I don't know why we play this game each and every week. I don't really have any games to talk about. But that's it for me.
Like I said, good old Mr. Talkative himself chewed up a lot of time there. Sorry about that, folks. But,
Man, that was
No,
almost
no
as
big
much
deal.
as D and Dad's talking for the week.
dude, there was so much more I wanted to talk about. I
I
could have
bet.
dove in deep to
There
that Raw
always
game.
is.
I really could have dove in deep on that, but I'm just trying not to ramble on so much. Gotta let our guests get their showtime in. They're the special one here tonight, anyway, right?
I guess. when Guy messaged me, he's like, "Do you want to be on the podcast?" I was like, "Oh, did you mean to message me? Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah, we'd love to have you." And I'm like, "Really? Okay,
Hell
sure."
yeah.
I was like, "Okay, I guess, yeah, I'll be there."
Everyone can teach us something about Smite. I mean,
I'll be all right.
I've played with some of those people out there. I've learned what not to do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, as far as our chatting point today, we will be discussing some more of 6.1 update notes, which I believe this...
Some more of 6.
By the time you hear this will actually be part 3, because there was a special part 2 released. Maybe I even just combined them all together here and made it a really big
Oh my Jesus,
part
that'd be
2.
like a 4.5-hour episode.
But, no, it wouldn't be that long. You guys didn't talk quite that
We
long.
talked like 2 hours.
No.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was 2 hours.
Yeah, maybe
Was it
you
only
cut it
2?
down, but
I don't know. I thought I was just watching the time in real life, but... So, anyway, yeah, there's going to be some, extra stuff coming out this month. But, more importantly, we get to talk about God 100.
Dun,
Oh,
dun,
yeah.
dun.
Merlin.
My new main.
Dude.
My new main. Just
No.
shut up, Dan. You got
He
Arthur.
looks.
No,
So, I'm
Arthur
sorry
sucks.
about your luck.
I don't want Arthur.
I do have a fancy for stance switching god, so I'm super excited to see how he's gonna play out. I think he's gonna be overpowered as shit, but that's fine
That's good
because
because Arthur wasn't.
it's super underwhelming. But yeah, whatever. There was an Arthur in like two of my games today where they were on me the whole time, and I was just a squishy mage, and they weren't doing anything. And it's like a level like 4 Bologna without abilities, just basic attacking you over and over again, and you're like, okay, well, are you gonna do something to me, or can I just walk away now? That's how I felt. He's so
And then
underwhelming.
you waddled away.
Yeah, I just walked away. I was like, okay, well,
Right.
I'm gonna let you do
Next
that,
game. Bum, bum,
and I'm gonna go
bum,
back.
I
to
get
my
excited.
now. Thank you.
When I see him on the other team, I get so excited. I'm happy. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
'cause
look,
it's
there's
like-
an Arthur on the other team. I'm like, yes.
It's like a
Free
3v2.
Yeah, but guy, the last time you said that guy actually was pretty good.
Yeah,
He
I don't
knew
think
how
he
to
was
stay
good.
alive and disrupt. He was always in the mix of things. He didn't.
Who will we play? Who did we have on our team when we were playing?
Yeah, but
I don't know.
I thought we had a Ganesha on our team that couldn't hit a silence or something.
Well, the first
don't
time.
remind me. I don't even think he used silence.
I'm pretty sure
I
that's how we got
don't
beat. He
think
didn't
he
silence
didn't
the Arthur
even
one
train
time.
it.
We
Didn't know
died over and over
anyone.
again.
Well, the first time I saw Arthur,
No,
I
that was against a Hercules. Actually, sorry.
Oh,
But
you're
yeah,
fine.
that was against a Hercules. Fucking Ganesh didn't silence anybody. No, nothing. Like,
yeah, don't remind
I'm
me.
like expecting to get some help here as I'm Arachne. This was a joust game, and thinking, all right, I'm the carry. I can do this as Arachne. Not in the beginning game, but late game. All right, not one silence all game long. I couldn't do anything because there was just no support. I don't even think he trained the ability.
That's sad. I had a
Damn,
I had mixed emotions.
I had already repressed that memory, and you guys just went and brought it back up. Damn you, guy.
Are you okay?
Oh, I will be.
Aw.
I will be. I'll be fine.
Well, when I first saw Arthur, my friend Mwek was playing him in an arena, and I was like, oh, okay, well, we'll see how he goes. He had a penta, and I was like, oh my god, Arthur's busted. And then, yeah, my opinion of Arthur slowly declined. Well, more rapidly declined after I saw him. Like, in the right hands, because Mwek is a great player, but in the right hands, I guess, or it's either the enemy team was brainless, obviously, but I don't know, it just, he doesn't do damage. Even when you build him damage, I feel like you just throw out his abilities like hell, kind of hope for the best, and I don't know. I hopefully they buff him a little bit or like tweak a little bit. I know they talked about it in patch notes that they were going to do a few things, but it's all Greek to me because I wasn't really paying attention.
Right.
So.
Well,
I think
they need the data,
yeah.
And they're getting a ton of it.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I also
Yeah.
think the other big problem is actually he has a crap load of damage in his kit, confirming 50% of the damage in his kit. Totally different story.
No, the best is when you see somebody play King Arthur and they're like, you know how he has that little spinny move and like he has like a dash and a this and a that. But like you'll watch somebody on the enemy team be playing him and he'll be like dashing and spinning in weird ass directions and you're like, buddy, are you okay? We're over here.
That's like me playing him. I played him like twice and I'm like everywhere. So I'm like, what the fuck is this guy?
No, the best
I
thing.
haven't played it.
No. The best thing is Arthur trying to kill a freaking AMC hive. Because his basics. I was dead and I was spectating one of my friends who was playing Arthur. And he was trying to hit the hive. And I'm like, and he like, you basic past it. And then he turned around and tried to basic again. Basic past it. And I was like, I got it, buddy. Don't worry. Just leave it. We'll be right there. And he's like, yeah, that's embarrassing. But because you know how his basics move him forward.
Let me just step back a little bit.
That shit was so funny.
Oh my god.
Right here.
Yeah. But
Oh my god.
like he does damage, but it's so hard. Like that's how you know, like a good Arthur.
Clearly, he can't even hit a hive.
Yeah, a good Arthur manages to get most of the damage out of the kit and manages to hit you. But it's hard to hit people that are moving because of the way his autos and skill abilities work, and it's hard to. It's even actually really hard to hit him. Like as an ADC, it's so hard to hit him because he just like I'm in an auto plunk jump, like dashes out of the way, and you're just like this is so fucking annoying.
Yeah. Well, you saw he could basically walk out of a Nox combo.
Yeah.
If he basics while in the combo, he just walks. Because even if you're rooted, you could still basic attack, obviously. But he just walks out. So hopefully they fix that. Because shouldn't be able to do that. Since he's technically rooted and shouldn't be able to move.
Well, it's technically not a dash. It's an auto attack.
Yes, but it counters a root. It shouldn't.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-mm.
But that's okay.
Because that'd be the same with like Baron's Wrap It Up. If that's his whole kit, and if Arthur can just freely walk, I mean, it is only one god doing it. Like, it's not really that big of a deal if they decide not to. But I mean,
yeah,
still,
that's okay because his counterpart Merlin looks fucking busted, and we'll kind of jump right in here.
Yeah.
So Merlin's passive. Every time Merlin casts a spell, he gains a stack of overload. When Merlin next fires a basic attack, it will be augmented with lightning, dealing extra damage to the first enemy. 10% plus 15% of your magical power. Max charge is 3. Duration 5 seconds. So with the way the timer working and the fact you get charges, they're definitely getting you to like kind of like combo up. It's a weaker poly, but it's not on a cooldown timer. Man, I want to see what Poly plus his passive does.
That's what I was just thinking, Poly, with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some crazy shit.
Gonna chunk if you hit it.
Yeah, good thing they don't get Hydras.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Bad, Alright, we're going to figure out how we're going to read off his abilities here. So, his first ability...
Very carefully.
Eclipse, Radiate, Frostbolt. Eclipse, Arcane Stance. Merlin conjures an orb of condensed celestial energy that grows in size as it travels, dealing damage every 0.4 seconds and marking enemies hit. Enemies marked take additional damage if they stay within the outer range of Eclipse.
Well, it's okay that you said hit there, because that's basically, you got to hit them with that little part of the circle.
Yeah.
And then it'll continue to attack them when they're in the big part of the circle.
So,
right.
I haven't watched much gameplay on this because of work, but I can just imagine this seems pretty janky already. Initial damage is 40 to 120 plus 70%. Mark damage is 5 to 45 plus 10%. Range is really good, 60. Cooldown 14 second, persist for 3 seconds. So that actually does quite a chunk of damage. That's 4 ticks over the duration?
Way more than 4 ticks.
Well, if it's every 0.4 seconds, that'd be 7 or 8 ticks. Jesus, it's a lot of damage. It's like 1,000 damage. That's like 1,000 base damage. Like 1,000 base damage if you get hit by all the ticks. That's cool.
Late game, yeah.
Radiate, the fire stance. Merlin channels a beam of intense fire for 2 seconds that deals damage every 0.5 seconds. Each time Radiate hits an enemy, it also applies a burn, dealing additional damage over time. Yeah, that's fine. Damage is 10 to 50 plus 35%. Damage per tick of burn is 5 to 25 plus 5%. Range is 45. Cooldown 16, scaling to 12. 2 second persist timer, and then 2 seconds on the dot. So this thing has a 4 seconds total time. All right, that's that's a more reasonable number for all of them ticks.
Yeah, and it looks cool too.
Yeah,
I'll give it that.
It's like
it is pretty nice.
Raw Snipe on steroids.
But it's kind of more like the Artio human
the channel
form 3. Yeah, the channel. It's more like that.
And third ability, Frostbolt, Ice Stance. Merlin hurls a Frostbolt that explodes if it hits an enemy, dealing an additional 20% of damage if they are slowed. Damage is 60 to 220 plus 70%. Extra damage if slowed is 20%.
Can you imagine Gem of ISO on him?
I sure can.
Well, hold on. He didn't even get to the worst part yet.
Range is 70. Explosion AoE is 10. Cooldown is 6 seconds. So let's just talk about the fact that this thing has ult range. It has ult range.
Yeah, that's true. That's his basic poke.
Yeah.
Oh my.
An AoE explosion and a 6 second cooldown timer.
So that's basically like a Nox ult.
It's basically like a Hell 1 in Dark Stance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But longer.
Yeah, because, Nox ult's like 80 or 90 units, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good long way. Yeah, it's pretty fucking...
I think it's a lot longer than that.
So his first ability has 2 abilities that are at long range. That's gnarly shit. Okay. His second ability, Vortex, Dragonfire, Blizzard. Vortex, Arcane Stance. Merlin deploys a field of arcane energy at a location. After a delay, the Vortex deals damage and pulls enemy towards the center. This fucking ability is awesome. I'm glad that Smite's finally getting something like it. I love abilities in games that pull people together to make them easier to hit. Damage is 50 to 170 plus 60% of your magical power. Range 60. Radius 20. Cooldown 16 to 12. Time to deploy is point time, and persist time is 1 second. So it's got a 1.5 second total time for the pull. That's actually a pretty slow deploy time, half a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a long time until it pulls, so you do have opportunity to work your way out of this, and I would say more so than other abilities that would be similar to that.
Yeah, like Poseidon Whirlpool. I wonder how hard the pull is compared to like Poseidon.
It yoinks you.
Yeah,
it's like
it yoinks
instant.
if you're in it when it pops, you go to the center.
Oh, that's
Can you imagine?
But you can move normal speed out, so if you can get out, you're good.
Yeah. Can you imagine playing like an arena and having double mage and Nox is the other mage, and you just throw a silence on people, and then Merlin throws his abilities like free cast. You'd be dead. No point.
And then,
okay.
And then you got
I'm
me
uninstalling.
Playing Ra with
Thanks
you
for
too,
having me,
and
guys.
I'm just like, thanks for grouping them all up.
So Ares, Nox, Merlin, Daji, and Huyi.
Yeah, basically. I mean,
yeah.
So,
that would be funny. You throw that ability under the Ares as he's pulling them all in. They land. Yeah. I got away. Oh no, you didn't.
Yeah.
Well, I love playing Nox. I have her at like I don't even know how many worshippers.
I love Nox.
11,000 is what I have her at.
Jeez.
And whenever there's an Ares on my team, as soon as he pulls, I just toss his silence. Yep.
100%. Why does all of this stuff have such range?
Well, to be fair, you know,
Fire Stance doesn't. Yeah, each one is a little different with
his Ice Stance is probably the furthest as far as range.
Yeah, but
that's what they were saying in patch notes, that his Ice Stance is going to be basically for his like poke and clearing lane and this, that, and the other thing.
Yeah, but I mean, we're on the second ability. There's already 3 potential abilities that are greater than 60 range or greater.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I'm already looking at the ice one on the ability too, and it's 65.
Yeah. So ability 2, Dragonfire, Fire Stance,
this
Merlin.
Looks cool.
Yeah, Merlin summons 2 ethereal dragons that spout flames toward each other, dealing damage to enemies every 0.25 seconds. If caught in the center of the area, enemies' protections are reduced. The dragons last for 3 seconds. Damage per tick is 8 to 20 plus 25% of your magical power. Effect radius is 30. Cone angle is 80. All right. Cooldown is 16, scaling to 12. Lasts for 3 seconds. Protection shred is 0.5 to 2.5%. And lasts for 4 seconds. Stacks up to 8 times.
Oh my god.
Do you guys know that meme where it's the dog in the house? And the house is on fire, and it's like, this is fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's all I'm getting here.
That's a lot of protection shred. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, just imagine having like
a void stone or something too.
And shit like that going. I mean, that's going to shred it super quick.
Especially.
Oh no, Cerberus breath, Spear of Magus, void stone. Bye. One ability. You're dead.
Well, think about it, because remember, protection shred doesn't have cap. Or reduction. Protection reduction does not have, which the shred is part of, doesn't have a cap like penetration. It stacks infinitely.
Mm.
Yeah, that's fine.
No biggie.
So let's just get Baron and or Isis now that she's got more range on her.
I mean, all I need is Merlin. I'll take on everybody.
Yeah.
I don't even need no help, really.
Blizzard Ice Stance. Merlin creates a blizzard at a target location. After a brief delay, shards of ice start hurling down every 0.5 seconds. Enemies take damage and progressively get more slowed while they stay within the area. Damage per tick is 30 to 70 plus 20% of your magical power. Range 65. Mana is 60, scaling up to 80. Radius 20. Cooldown 16 to 12 seconds. 0.5 deploy time. Slows up to 8 times. Or slow is 8. Stacks 5 times. And lasts for 2 seconds.
So wait a minute. So it says the blizzard itself lasts 4 seconds. The slow is what lasts 2 seconds. But each tick of the thing refreshes the slow's duration.
Yes.
You will be slow for forever.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
6 seconds.
I was watching some Merlin play, and I don't even remember who it was offhand, but it was Cyclone Spin. He would just drop this and walk away, like early mid game, walk up to a camp, drop this, walk away, throw it out in the minion wave coming in. You don't have to worry about it. It was just like instant clear. Like it wouldn't even finish going off, and they were already all dead. I'm like, that seems a little too strong.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like, come on,
balance in Smite. Stop.
I can't wait.
You just
Please.
said a Mercury can't be walking up to a camp, blinking, and it being gone. So, explain this.
Yeah. And his teleport. So his 3 is flicker in all stances. It's the only thing that the cooldown timer stays on. It does have a healthy timer on it, which is good. Merlin quickly teleports a short distance in front of him. Range is 30, cooldowns 22 to 18 seconds. If I'm not mistaken, the animation for this is really fast, right?
Yeah,
Like
it's
borderline
really fast.
Loki
It's a
old
combat blink. It's basically
Yeah.
just
It's
combat
combat
blink.
blink.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So he gets a blink
But the
also.
thing about
gets a
this ability
blink.
though is it's not a big range, and it's like, you know how when you have like an Ao Kuang, for instance, using his illusion, like you see what direction he's going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same sort of with like this. Like you could
Yeah,
see
there's
what
like a
direction
trail
he's
or
going
something.
in, but it's not
Yeah.
a big range whatsoever. Like the 30 units is not that.
Yeah, it's
that
enough to
big.
get over a wall.
No.
No?
No, it's not.
Oh, I
None
thought
of-
it was.
No.
They said that the only wall that you'd be able to get through would be arena, and that's like the fountain.
Right. Huh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a damage
you can cut
avoidance.
corners still,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
Oh my god! If you could go past walls, that would be
Yeah.
amazing.
I mean, it'll still be good because it's so fast. It's still good for damage avoidance. Like
Yeah.
Cuckoo ult blink.
Mm-hmm. It does have a
standing
pretty
in
long
the middle of his
cooldown. though.
whirlwind.
It's like, I think it's almost like the same amount of as Izanami's fade away. I'm pretty sure. Let's see what hers is.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
hers. Yeah, it's actually longer. Hers scales 20 to 16. This is 22 to 18. Wow.
Yeah. Well, that's because you buy more cooldown on mages typically. So. Yeah, and then his ultimate, Elemental Mastery, all stances. Merlin taps into his inner potential, exploding with energy. In this stance he is currently attuned to. During this time, Merlin can choose which stance to enter into next. God, please don't let it be a fucking wheel. After the explosion reaches its apex, it collapses in on itself. Enemies are dealt damage from both the explosion and the implosion and suffer different effects depending on which stance's energy they were behaving by. So it's a Soul 1 AoE.
Yeah, it's
Basically.
definitely not a will either. It shows up on your abilities, like a
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3.
Oh, that's good, because
Mhm.
we don't need to talk about controllers and the Morgan ult.
Yeah, it's more like a Rajan. When you hit Rajan's ult, get them 3.
Okay.
Get the options down there in your abilities.
Good, that makes it fast. So explosion implosion damage is 100 to 260 plus 20% of your magical power. Burn damage is 5 to 25 plus 5% of your magical power. Radius is 25. Knockback, which I assume is the
Arcane.
the arcane stance.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Knockback is 100. Wow, that's a big knockback.
Mm-hmm.
I must be missing something. That can't be 100 units.
No. It's tiny, actually, is what it is.
Okay, because there's I feel like there's missing percentage signs and stuff in here. Cooldown is 28 to 20 seconds. The burn interval time is 0.5, and slow is 20. 20%, I would assume.
Yeah.
So
If
once you
you-
get max cooldown, but for 40%, that's going to be like 12 seconds. Is
Yeah.
that right?
Yeah.
11 if you're using.
Oh my
Chronos
god,
Pendant.
it's going to be
Yeah.
Chronos Pen. It's going to give you 11, so you can just destroy people with this guy.
Dude, they were talking about like Chronos Pendant, Magus. Yeah,
Nice,
those
I
two on
think-
him are just going to be like
OP
Super
as shit.
strong. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Merlin.
Oh Jesus.
So early impression is he's going to do way too much damage right now.
For sure,
Out of what
yeah.
I've watched so far,
There's so
it's
many
just like,
numbers.
this is insanely
Yeah.
too much damage.
Yeah, there's just so many numbers here. Like, even if they were on the low side, I think it would be a lot. Right? Except for
Yeah,
his
well-
initial clear ability.
Yeah. I mean, look at Uller. Come on.
Yeah.
He's a hunter, and he's basically like a physical mage as far as a hunter, you know.
Oh, 100%.
Blink, axe, hail of arrows, dead by you. AA canceling in between. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the amount of combos that are going to come out of this god are going to be insane. Like I'm already looking at it.
I could see building him tanky just because he's
Yeah,
got that protection
I was
shred.
thinking the same. I would build him as a hybrid. Like you could go, Baron support's pretty viable as far as like, a Void Stone or maybe like a Lotus Crown or something. I would go something tanky on him too.
Yeah, he's got some okay CC for it. It's not quite as easily confirmable as like Baron's, but it's still a lie.
I don't know.
Yeah, dude, he's got all kinds of shit going on.
That Blizzard's like pretty easy to confirm.
Well, I was thinking more of the
a lot of videos.
Yeah, I was thinking more of the pull.
Yeah. Well,
the pull's not that. I think that's avoidable. From what they were saying, is it's a long time before that pulls you.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be the easiest of things to hit at first.
Yeah. I mean, you build Gem of Iso on Merlin, and you get the slows off, and you get all this stuff. Like, he's not going to be able to move.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he'll
That's
have a lot
the other
of
thing is that pool will work a lot better if you just switched out of Frost Stance over to Arcane and said, now that I got you under control, you're doomed.
Yeah, and then the knockback
like
and
that.
the ult, so as a support, he could still look to like blink engage.
Mm-hmm.
So you can blink ult, ice stance, or switch into the ice stance for the slow, and then proceed from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna want to like Blizzard them, then you're gonna want to like Frostbolt them.
Well, I can't wait
change
to
your
see him in all
stances,
my
Vortex
games.
them.
Oh, we'll roll into the skins here. We have a crap load of skins. Holy cow!
Mm-hmm.
So, Knight of Mordred Achilles. This is a pretty sick skin.
This by far, I don't even like Achilles, really. I played a few times, hasn't really clicked with me at this point. This skin is the best skin I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, it's up there with the Herc and Athena Knight skins.
I mean, just fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I don't like it as much when his armor's off.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I think even that on point. Perfect 10.0 here.
Our next one up is Lady of the Lake Freya. Sick skin, but why Freya?
Nice.
Why more Freya skins?
I don't know.
Because she's Lady of the Lake, it just matches her perfect.
Not even
Mathematically, I guess it's
like
sword.
I agree. It looks great. And it's a good skin for her, but like we'll get to somebody else in this patch who we're gonna go why again. But
I mean, to be fair, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, to be fair, she hasn't gotten a skin in a long time. Although she does have it's not like she's Arachne that has like 3 skins. She does have quite a bit, but she hasn't gotten one in a pretty long time. This is pretty nice.
Midway through last season, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. She got the Star Wars,
and she's so heavily played, so it's going to sell like crazy.
Oh, this is the best looking skin I think she's got. So.
I like her all for one, the Frenchy one.
Yeah, that's the one I use.
Yeah. Next up is Infinite Shift Sun Wukong.
That skin is so cool.
I
don't care what anybody says. It is so cool.
This is an art style we haven't really seen in a skin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping I see this. I'm hoping they kind of do something like this with Raijin. I think his drums would look awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I could
talking about
definitely
being like a trippy kind of.
I could definitely see this being like a theme of skins that they do. You know how they do like the tech skins or the pixel skins, or whatever. I think this would be kind of cool as other gods. Like, I would rock a Hell skin that looked weird like this. Like, it's very cool. The card art is really nice. The colors are really nice too.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah.
Next up is Heavy Hitter Agubis.
Aw, he's cute.
Okay, like this is the second skin, right? With their whole Smite City,
Smitetropolis.
Yeah, Smitetropolis.
Yeah.
Oh, it's more than the second.
I don't know.
Oh, they did a rat one also.
They got a rat,
I believe,
and Anubis. At least 3.
I'd say this is probably the best looking of them.
I think his effects make it the best.
I think it's cute. Do we need another Anubis skin?
No.
No, but it's cute.
Yeah. The next
In
one,
game, he kind of looks a little dorky. But
yeah, that's my problem with it. Is just the way that they haven't
it's
looked good in
executed
game.
His eyes are a little like googly eyed.
Googly.
It's true. Like he looks so fierce in the card art, and then when he's like in game, you're looking at him, and it looks like he's just wearing like it's like a guy wearing one of those furry dog masks. That's what it looks like to me. I'm like, oh, they could have probably done this a little bit better, like because it didn't look like there was much shading on the face. Like you see the shading, you're looking at his hood, and you know you could see his features and stuff, and then when he's in game, he just looks like Play-Doh. And I play on pretty decent settings, so like I was like, oh, it kind of looks like a cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, Dragon Empress Scylla. This is a recolor. It's for a part of the Switch Founders pack, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
her Dragon Queen skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The colors on it are really good. Like,
Yeah.
I have the Founders pack, I think, just on everything but Switch right now, just for the exclusive shit, and because if I ever get them, why not?
This is a theme they're doing, right? I think, like, because they have the Dragon Priestess Nox skin.
Yeah.
And it's like the
They did it with
okay.
the going with the whole Bologna thing with the Bologna Tier 5.
Yeah.
The colors on it
Scylla
looks
need
really
another
good.
skin? No, but it's nice.
Yeah, I kind of like it better than the one it's a recolor of. The effect on the scales looks good if it shows up in game. It's kind of got that pearl.
It's pretty.
Then
I think that this one is my favorite of the two as well.
Yeah. I like
I think
this
the
one
other
better than the
one's just
dragon
too
one. Yeah, the other one.
Colored.
Yeah. Next up is Gladiator Guan Yu. This is the ranked reward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty sick looking.
Yeah, after this last Saturday, I ain't got no hopes.
I'm
Yeah,
so
I think-
glad I played ranked for this skin.
He does definitely
Great.
looks good.
Yeah. I really appreciate the move from his normal theme. Getting that kind of Roman armor going looks really good on him.
Yeah, it does look nice. If
I hope we
only
get more
played 'em.
gladiator skins. Really, I like them.
Yeah. And on to gods who really, really, really don't need more skins. Scarlet Judgment Nemesis. This
It's
skin
cute.
is nutty, incredible looking, but really.
Yeah, well, it's not a Neith or Nuwa skin, so I guess we got to give them the benefit of the doubt.
I guess.
I don't know. Neith could have used another one.
No.
Okay, calm down. Relax, buddy. Can someone time him out? Can someone move
I'm sure
him?
that's what Beagle's thinking. She's like, I just need, I want to play again, but I played all the Neith skins so many times already.
I played literally today. I don't know if you guys are on PS4, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, let me show you my history. Hold on. Let me just take a quick screenshot because I have Neith almost at 10K, and that was what my goal was for this double weekend. Wait, please. Hold on.
So sounds like Dad's wearing.
I'm gonna put it in
Kona
guest
shame tonight.
questions. So take a look here.
Sounds
It's
like
in-
Dad's what?
Wearing the Kona shame tonight.
Yeah, right.
No, ain't no Kona shames here.
I put it
Yep.
in the guest questions tab.
Oof.
Yeah, that's my history right now. Solely because I'm just trying to get her to.
Well, your win rate's really good.
Yeah, that's my only loss, sadly.
The one loss and she still goes 9-4.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
When you're pulling your weight.
Always.
Next one up here.
25-1. Ugh.
Yeah. Our next one up here is Golden Touch Baron Samdi. Can we talk about this skin for a minute?
So as much as I would love a recolor for being nice all year, yeah, that's all I have to say. I mean, it's cute. It just looks like a recolor. It looks like a reverse mastery skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but the snake looks so good.
It does. It does.
It's a good
it
looking
does look
snake.
nice. The colors are really nice.
What's the catch to getting this now?
So you have to
Not get
basically
banned, right?
not get banned
Why?
for all of season 5. So from January 30th of last year to January 21st of this year, you have to not get banned and you have to play 50 matches.
So
to
I'm like
earn the
responsible for like 20 people at least not getting the skin.
reward. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't be dicks.
I
in my-
know I'm not getting it because I got
Nope.
banned because my
But-
internet would crash or something.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yep.
but you also get the frame, an avatar, a
Well-
global emote, and a jump stamp.
You don't lose it for getting like a ban for
A penalty. The timer penalty.
a penalty ban, not a timer. But we're talking
okay.
like a 3-day ban or a week
Getting
ban.
reported.
or-
Yeah.
Don't be an asshat in my game if you want. There's the free skins.
Basically, yeah. Well, it's over with now. It's a few days
Well,
past.
only losers are asshats.
And then
So.
everybody's seen this skin, they're gonna be like, "Oh, we're just gonna get a recolor next year, so fuck it, we're gonna be
Yeah,
toxic as
nobody
fuck."
cares.
Yeah.
But dude, this skin looks
It
good.
does look good, but
It does look
yeah,
good.
it should have
I
been an
like it.
exclusive.
It definitely still a recolor.
It is
Yeah.
exclusive, but it's just a recolor. Yeah, they
Yeah.
didn't do anything special with it.
It's kind of cool looking, but
Yeah, and
It is cool. Yeah, I agree.
Steamy Chibi Soul.
I want this skin. I'll
I'm
do
ready.
anything for this
Dude,
skin.
the card art,
I'll do anything.
My
the
body
alien,
is willing.
yeah, the alien in the spaceship in the back of the card art's hilarious.
Oh, I can't wait. That's what we need is a chibi op-wash.
Yeah,
alien
I
skin.
thought
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah, that was actually the first thing I saw when I looked at the car. I'm like, oh my god, it's Outwash.
Yeah.
Well, I want them to do the Chibi Susano skin. You know the Amaterasu card art. There's a Chibi Susano in there
Yep.
too.
Mm-hmm.
I
Hopefully.
really want the soul skin. I'll do anything.
It's very cute.
Dude,
Yeah, she's it's hilarious from the back. She's just like a little fireball.
facial
flying
yeah,
around.
expressions.
exactly. When you look at when you're playing her, you don't like see her body. You just see her hair. You're like this big comma.
Oh, that's
floating
unfortunate
around.
because this is like, I'm glad they're giving Soul skins with clothing on it because for the longest time they were all just, we did crazy
She's
things with the color on her
fire.
and stuff, and then
Yeah,
they started
yeah.
like the cherry bomb is awesome,
Yeah, I agree.
and then
She does have some nice skins.
and then there's 3 skins Guy will be getting when he releases the Merlin Masteries.
Yep. We're playing them to diamond first week. First
yeah,
couple
I am.
days.
You're right.
Ooh.
You gotta work, Dan. You don't even play.
Ooh.
Ooh, got
That's true.
him.
You're like, oh, I'm too tired to play. I worked. I'm an adult.
Oh, I'm too tired.
Oh.
I gotta go to work in 4
Oh
hours.
my god, I can't believe I gotta work.
Yeah. I can't play because I go to work in 4 hours.
I gotta do adulting.
Damn straight.
I feel you,
Damn
Dan.
straight.
But my adulting has me away from my house for 20 hours a day. So
Ooh.
all right,
Okay.
we'll go over the chests because the chests already covered.
Yes, I'm pretty sure we
Yes.
did all this.
Cool. There's some good
Yeah, I
shit in
think
there.
it's down to the battle pass.
All right.
Battle passes where we're at next.
Yeah,
Yep.
Battle Pass. They're going with the newest and fanciest version of How to Milk Us for Extra Money. Please take it.
Mhm.
So they're going to do a Battle Pass, which will last 2 months, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah. So the Smite Battle Pass is coming to Season 6. Each Battle Pass will be themed around a specific set of content, and players will be able to earn battle points for playing Smite to progress each pass. Each pass has 2 tracks, a free track with multiple rewards and a paid track that unlocks additional rewards and a boost to battle points earned. Be on the lookout through the year as additional battle passes are added to progress through. So they're also getting rid of the TP boosters and making them
Fantasy points.
fantasy points, and they're making it battle pass boosters. So on a double weekend, if you have the paid for pass and you pop in those boosters, I think it'll be pretty easy to get through most of the content.
I mean, at a basic, I'm going to say it how I see it because not to sound like a dick, but I own mostly everything in the game.
Yeah.
So if you're coming in and you own a lot of stuff, this thing is crap. You're paying 3 times what a season ticket is because it's $3,600 for the year.
Yep.
Over the $1,200 for the year for the season ticket. So you're gonna get what recolors? I mean, they're
no.
not. It's gonna be. Well,
It's
that's,
on the. Actually, I posted a thing on our general in the Discord. It shows exactly everything that's on it.
Yeah.
Oh, cool! I found.
There's like a little picture there if you can find. You probably have to scroll up just a little bit, but it
That's
is
like with the
there.
Odyssey chests. I have 13
yeah,
3-day boosters
level
from
1
Odyssey.
is the Soul Chibi skin.
Oh.
Oh
And
my
level
god.
10 is level 10 is the infinite Sun Wukong.
And level 60 is the Anubis. Lots of gems in there. I'm guessing that's going to be
Oh, I
on the
want
paid
the
side.
Anubis.
And I was
This
kind
is
of
the
wondering if it's
premium
going to be
battle
like.
pass guy.
I think this is just the battle pass that you buy. It's
Yeah, this is the
600.
one
But
you
if you
buy.
buy the premium, it only levels you up to level 7 and automatically is what it does.
So basically,
There's no difference between the battle pass and the premium battle pass other than
Yeah.
it starts at level 7.
Yeah, so if you grind like hell, they did say that. They did say that if you're playing a lot, you can, like, they're saying it's like if you're playing a lot, you can potentially get all of the rewards without actually paying for it.
This is awful.
No,
these
you have to pay
rewards
for
are
this one.
awful.
Oh, do you?
You have to pay for this. There's a free one, and the free one
Oh.
just has like the champion's chest and the winner's chest.
Oh, well, at least they're giving you
I
free
those
just want
kind
the
of
soul
things in
skin.
it.
Yeah, the soul skin. The best reward is like the first one. and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean,
There's-
600 for just the soul skin is not bad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So there's
You know,
3
not-
skins in this.
Did
whole
you notice
thing.
level 43 is the too hot for you loading screen, but they have Alpoish as the little icon.
Oh, they do.
Ooh, teaser.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
But
No,
there's
it's just the
3
card art
skins
from
in
the.
this, huh? Okay.
Yeah. And there's our
Yeah, I
triumphant
guess.
chest system is getting a little bit of a rework, and by that I mean it's getting removed.
It's gonna be
Because Battle
removed,
Pass.
Yeah.
Season ticket has been removed. All of your FP boosters will be converted to BP boosters
Yeah.
at the start of 6.1. So, yay.
Wait, what about like the fantasy points store or whatever? So that's not a thing anymore.
That's gone. That was going to end at the
But
that was going to end at the end of the season anyways. It was going to start over if they'd kept the system.
Yeah, the reminder: use them up if you got them,
Yep.
because
That was free skins.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Those
I
were
mean, it
skins
was
I couldn't
FP.
buy.
I mean, I had them all anyway.
No,
But the thing is like, if you, like, looking at this reward track, when you own everything, you're like, okay, I guess. But, like, I have 40 Enigma chests sitting in, you know, I
3-day
can't
boosters.
open them because they're just boosters. I already have an account booster for 400 days. What do I need? Like, these 4. And then, like, the gems. What are they going to give you? 15 gems? Okay, whatever. Who cares? I have 19 cutesy avatar chests sitting there. Like, it's silly. And what's sad about it is the people that do own most of the stuff are the ones that's like, I'm not saying it's the biggest player base, obviously, but it's the people that I don't know, care the most, but invest the most amount of time. So you're not really rewarding those people with anything. You're rewarding them with Enigma chests that we already have 20 of.
Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible because you get 3 skins on the paid for one, so that's 200 gems a skin every 2 months.
you get 4 skins.
4 skins?
Actually,
It's like 170,
You get a what?
160. God damn it! You get great 4 skins every year.
This is a great deal.
Wait,
you get
what?
a foreskin.
4 skins.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I agree, but also, like, how much would it cost you to get those 4 skins if they dropped them all in chests?
I mean, I don't know.
Because I mean, we're saying typically about 400 gems a chest is the average.
Yeah.
Even though you might be guaranteed to get that skin, if they didn't like put here's a fucking
Here's a
little pack thing.
A fountain skin.
Oh yeah, they're
There you
definitely
go.
putting puff packs in every one of them too. Don't worry.
So it's not. It kind of hurts, but with all the chests and everything, but also.
But think about it this way. So for the people that have everything, you're paying, like, for the year, okay? You're paying, what are they doing? 4 per, where's the calculator?
I think there's
Hold on, I
every
can't do
2
this.
months, right?
Every 2
Every
months,
2
right? So
months.
you're paying 3,600 gems a year for how many skins?
Math.
That was going to be my answer.
Yeah.
How many battle passes?
Insert
are there?
math here.
Yeah.
There should be
6.
24 skins?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it's
okay.
it's both good and bad. I mean, there's
know.
there's pros
For
to
me,
it and there's cons.
I mean, for new
I don't
players,
know
I think
who
it's
would
a
want to
little
buy
more worth.
24
Yeah.
skins,
But for people that have, like, everything, it's not really worth it. It's like,
Well,
I'm
I'm a whale,
paying,
so
I'm
I'm
paying
gonna buy it anyways.
3,600
I know a guy.
I'm still gonna buy
This
it.
is
so
bullshit.
it's
Take my
like-
money.
See, I told you we enable Smite. They were just here, abuse me and take my money.
Yeah. Well, the only thing that I benefit from, as far as in Smite as extras, are the worshiper boosters. That's it.
Oh, and they're so hard
I mean-
to get since they added 20 boosters at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Oh, if I get
Oh,
one
no.
more
Who wants a damn
experience
voice
booster-
pack? Who the fuck wants a voice pack booster? Come
Dude,
on.
I
man.
will take a voice pack booster over an experience booster any day of the week.
Yeah, I don't
True.
need those.
Yeah.
I
either.
hate those.
I need to get that Divine title or whatever. Gosh, guys.
I'll get there. Maybe not by the end of the season how slow it's going these days, but we'll get there.
Mhm.
Next up is our crossplay. Fuck you, PlayStation. Fuck you, PlayStation. Fuck you, PlayStation.
Yeah, rip
Fuck
on
you,
that one,
PlayStation.
guys.
Fuck you,
I
PlayStation.
feel like we went over this already.
Yeah.
PlayStation. I don't care. I'm talking about it again. Fuck you, PlayStation. All right. That's all that needs to be said.
Hey.
Roll cue.
No, one other thing that needs to be said is make sure you're tweeting at PlayStation. Hey man, give us some cross-platform for Smite. I've been doing it like virtually every day since we recorded last.
We might see about throwing out like a poll thing on top of a like if we can get a bunch of the major people on Twitter and content creators for Smite like all posting it or linking to it and getting like a bunch of people's name behind just one post with a poll and adding PlayStation, maybe they'd see it if there was like 2,000 people.
They kind of hinted at last week that they were in talks with PlayStation during the Q&A.
Yeah, but they've been talking with PlayStation about it for like 2 years.
PlayStation is the one like console that rarely does the cross-platform with other games.
I may just go out and buy a fucking like Switch because I want a Switch more than I want an Xbox.
Yeah.
So
I would play on my PC, but
I mean, I play on PC, so I don't care either way. But I mean,
especially because the other reason I want it to cross-plat to come is Hi-Rez is working on mouse and board support for all platforms.
Yeah, that's coming out with crossplay.
Yeah, which is fucking awesome. So that means I can learn to make my hands do keyboard things on my PlayStation instead of on a new account. That's fucking great. So, fuck you, PlayStation. All right, roll queue. This is good. I hope it goes well. I do like role queuing in games. So
I do like this.
Normal conquest and rank conquest will now have role queue. Before queuing for the mode, you will need to select your 2 top roles. After the match is made, the matchmaker will look at a role preference and assign roles to achieve the most people getting their preferred roles as possible. If there are any tie scenarios, the player with the higher MMR is in ranked, or player who has gotten their preferred role recently will get priority.
Yeah.
So I do like that. So if I lose, if you're in ranked and you lose out on the jungle role, that means that guy is probably going to be a better jungler than you. Now, then they go and pick like solo jungle, and you crush your face into your screen. But at least you know he generally plays jungle at least slightly better than you.
Well, did you see what they're doing as far as TP now? If you don't get your role, you'll lose 50% less TP if you lose.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I like
so that means I don't get punished for getting stuck in jungle.
Exactly. Because they were saying it's not fair to get, you don't get your role queue. You're getting, theoretically, you're being put in a role that you're not as comfortable with. That's kind of how they're saying it and seeing it. Like, I don't really play jungle that often. I main, mid and support. And then you get tossed in a jungle. Well, I mean, that's really probably ever going to happen because everybody wants jungle.
Didn't they say if you win, you get more TP also? Is that right?
I believe.
Yeah,
if you
win your off roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you win on your off roll, you get more TP also. So it gives you incentives to actually win instead of just saying,
it gives you incentives to play other roles.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, because we all have our set roles. It's worth it for us to switch roles from time to time just for TP boosting. But that also, is in ranked, and we can only play with 1 people, so who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
And each match you do not get preferred role, your preferred role will increase your chances of getting it next match, which is pretty cool. So if you play a few games, you're basically going to get it at some point. Ranked is getting a soft reset in 6.1. TP gain has been increased, allowing players to progress through ranks at a more rapid pace to match the reduced split length.
I think we talked about that.
Yeah. Well, I haven't read it yet, so I'm going to read it anyways. First rank split will end on the first patch of 6.52 months. Rewards will no longer be given out based on rank or God leaderboard rank. Players can still earn skin and loading frame by winning 75 games and 150 games throughout all of Season 6. Players will now earn a winner's chest each split for 15 wins in rank. Players will now earn 50 gems each split for 75. Yeah, okay. Good for you.
Yeah,
good for that.
I think we did the rest of this shit.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, that is
that's
part
it for 6.1
of 6.1. Oh my goodness, that is the long
Catch
one.
me play Merlin when it comes out. Non-stop.
Or Yuki, or me. I don't know. Who's going to play him?
Oh, please. I don't play Mage very often anymore. I let everybody else just pick what they want.
It's going to be me. I got that insta-lock trigger finger.
Yeah, guy, I think Dan is.
My internet's better. My internet's better.
Both of your internet suck.
I don't know, but all I can say is, Guy, you can have mid lane back when he comes out, I am not dealing with that. No, thank you.
Good luck.
That's right. Cyclone Spin was playing him as Carrie.
Oh
Come
God!
on, stop.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
he's.
Stop.
I think
He was.
if he's strong,
Stop.
if he's strong enough, he's got the kit to play every role.
Oh yeah.
So-
yeah.
Oh yeah, he's going to be over in solo lane. He's going to be all over the place.
I
I
don't
saw him
want
in solo in a
to.
couple videos already.
Yeah. Bring your silence characters. Get them silences ready. Gonna need it. It's gonna make ISIS pretty good against them, I think. But I mean, the silence. I mean,
ISIS isn't pretty good anyway, so
yeah.
anymore.
Well, she's got that.
I can see
Yeah.
Nox. I can see Nox
Nox.
being good against him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Between that and the damage mitigation on the old. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on to this week's session of progression, where we're going to learn a little bit about hell.
Yes, I know a lot about that.
Oh, you know a lot about Florida too?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So before we dive into our abilities, Yuki likes to give us some lore, and unlike last week when Jithins was terrified by these Norse names,
He jumped on it. Though. He's like,
Yuki-
"I got this, boys. I got this. Hold my beer. Wait, never mind."
yeah, Yuki meanwhile is like, oh, look at all these fun to pronounce names. He's excited about this lore. So
Yeah.
high five, little buddy.
Yeah. So, Hel is our Norse goddess of the underworld ish. There's a little bit of ish to it, but her plane that she is over is Niflheim, which is where we get the underworld from, which is where we get the name Hel from her. That's just the etymology of how we get Hell and Helle for your Frankic languages and Gallic languages. But so she presides over it. It was given to her by Odin. She receives a portion of the dead. That is her job. She takes predominantly people who die from sickness and childbirth, whereas Odin takes all, the badasses with a poker stick up to Valhalla so that they can all fight and die for the gods later. So, it's a trade-off. She pops up everywhere. She's a huge bit of Norse mythology. So she pops up in the Poetic Edda, Prose Edda. It's just fucking awesome. The Heimskringla and the Elgis Saga. And I can just go down the books. I actually own some of these. It's pretty cool. So, I mean, that's pretty much her role. There's some bits of her lore as far as like you'd see in like the Thor movie. Where she kind of comes and tries to take back. That's more of the reclaiming of the realm sort of thing you see in a lot of mythology, right? There's always like the underworld gods always trying to come up and kind of take their shit, but that's how it is. Hel is a daughter of Loki, so I've got to find this damn story. It's not in this thing. I think Hel was like his normal birth. I think he was actually the father this time instead of the mom or the horse.
What?
For once.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God, for once, he's the dad.
Yeah, Loki knocked up a horse, and that's how you get Sleipnir, the 8-legged horse or 6-legged horse that Odin rides around on.
Brother, I have brought you a gift. It is my firstborn horse child.
Don't look the gift horse in the mouth. Dad, is that you?
Or at its extra legs.
So again, and she has a lot of parallels and other things. So you've got Bravani, Kali, which we also have in Smite, and Mahakali, which is similar to Kali. And they're not sure because Hel's origins are so early in oral tradition before written. There's not 100% certain when the idea of Hel or Niflheim being that plane got into other like mainstay religions. Like, did Hades come from Hel, or did Hel come from Hades? Or what the common origin is there. So pretty fucking sweet. God, where's the birth story? I want this fucking birth story. Anyways, so that's Hel in a nutshell.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. She is half
Hell in a
blue
nutshell.
person, half flesh-toned person, so Smite did that for none of her base skins, actually. Where they had her, like, she's always got that human flesh tone.
Well, the Solstice one, she goes from white to blue.
Yep, yeah, she does.
Mm-hmm.
Order and Chaos has blue, but it's not quite white. It's more orange on the other one.
Yeah, that's because of the Titan colors.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Dan, give us her abilities here quick, and then Izanami will give us the lowdown on how to play Hell.
Hell's passive is Stance Attunement. When Hell is in a stance, she gradually attunes to the strengths of that stance, gaining up to 20% damage in the Dark stance and 20% healing in the Light stance. Decay and or Restoration. Decay. Dark stance. Hell fires an orb of decay that deals damage and passes through minions. The orb will explode in a 12-unit radius if it hits a god, a wall, or reaches max range. Restoration. Light stance. Hell fires an orb of restoration that hits gods only. Hitting an enemy god deals damage. Hitting an allied god heals that god and heals Hell on a successful hit.
Spaghetti!
Yes. The dark damage is 70 to 270 plus 50% of your magical power. The light self-heal is 60 to 180 plus 30%. The light ally heal is 60 to 180 plus 30%. And the light damage is also 70 to 270 plus 50. Her second ability is Hinder or Cleanse. Hinder Hell debuffs all enemies in the targeted area, reducing their magical protection and slowing them for 3 seconds. Cleanse, Light Stance. Hell cleanses all allied gods in the targeted area, removing all crowd control effects instantly and protecting them from future ones for a duration. The Dark Protection debuff scales from 5 to 25, the Dark Slow scales from 20 to 40%, and the Light CC immunity duration is always 1.5 seconds. Repulse or Inspire. Repulse. Hell conjures a burst of dark energy around her, damaging all nearby enemies. Inspire. Hell conjures a burst of light energy around her, healing herself instantly and applying a heal over time to nearby allies that ticks every 1 second. Hell gains increased movement speed, and allies gain a reduced amount, 10% for the duration. The light self-heal is 60 to 180 plus 30%. The light movement speed is 25%. The dark damage is 80 to 280 plus 70%. The light heal per tick on allies is 10 to 30 plus 5%, and the duration is 6 seconds. And her fourth ability is just her stance switch. In her dark stance, she gets extra magical power, and sorry, I'm just reading this because like the one thing doesn't.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, the passive nobody knows about.
Hell gains increased MP5 and half of the benefits gained from switch stances. Oh, okay. I was reading it wrong, and it made no sense to me at all.
It's okay.
Okay. All right. Woo! Hey, what's up? And her passive is Hell gains increased MP5, and half of the benefits gained from switch stances are shared with allied gods within 30 units. So for that, it would be 15 power to 35 power, and the light
MP5.
Oh yeah, 15 to 35 MP5, and the light and physical protections in light stance is 13 to 25.
So yeah, when she switches stance, she can give power and protections depending on which way she's going with it. That's pretty good.
Okay, I'm watching this video right now. This is sick. So how do you get all your team to group up with you to actually pull that off? That's the real question.
So I play Hell a lot, as you all know. I have about 33,000 worshippers on Hell. And originally I started playing her because I used to main Kali when the game came out. And actually one of my friends was like, yeah, you shouldn't play Hell. She's too hard. You won't understand her. And I was like, well, when someone tells me not to do something, that's when I do it. And luckily, he did say that because I have not put her down since. So, all my friends, I play usually in a group, and I rarely solo queue. If I'm that bored, I'll solo queue. But my friends know if there's like a Cerberus on the other team, any, like a Jing Chan, an Ares, when I tell them, when I spam enemy ultimate incoming, which is what I said before that cleanse went off, that's their cue to group up on me so you don't waste your beads. For me, timing a cleanse on Ares is the most satisfying thing in the world. One of my friends was like, who's the one god you love going up against while you're playing Hell? And I was like, I think Ares is probably the best because they're going to blink in and it's obvious what they're going to do next. And if your team like listens to you for like a second, that's their whole setup. Like imagine that's their only tank. That's their only like form of, CC or whatever. They have nothing. If a good Hell can cleanse that, they have nothing. So she's a lot of fun and people really sleep on her because, anti-heal, this, that, the other thing, but she offers so much more in her kit that people fail to realize. Like her passive by itself, like her switch stance passive by itself, it's like having an extra aura item on the team. You have your sovereignty, your heart word, this, that, the other thing, but you're giving protections, you're giving magical and physical protections, you're giving MP5 especially, and I'll admit, she has a lot of her flaws, like early game, like we said earlier, she's really slow. She struggles with mana. I know I watched this girl, I'm not naming names, I don't remember it anyway, but I watched this girl play Hell in mid lane like a year or so ago on stream, and she was level 14 and she still didn't have a tick in her passive. She didn't put a point in her ult. And she was complaining about not having mana, and I was like, honey, your MP5 is your ult. You need that, because she wasn't building really, MP5 items. So she was running at, 4 or 5 abilities, you're knocked out, you have to go back to base and, get some mana and stuff. So she offers a slow, a debuff, it's like having a void stone in her kit with her hinder. They nerfed her 1, which it used to be 15 unit radius, but it's 12 now, which isn't, terrible, but you could throw that out with cooldown. It's 8 seconds normally, but with a cooldown that's like with maybe Chronos Pendant, that's like a 4 to 5 second one. It's kind of like Osiris's one. So you could throw that out so often. With me, I tend to put more ticks in her Inspire because, let's be real, I can't hit skill shots, and it's an AoE heal. But you can't sleep on that damage either. Like she's so strong when given to the right person. But she can also, like, I've had games where, when you load in with that frame with 30 something stars, people are on top of me like a hobo on a ham sandwich.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, okay guys, relax.
I like that one.
I know.
Hobo on a ham sandwich. I have to remember that.
And it's a little stressful, but the teammates that I do play with are really good at like protect me and I will carry you for the rest of the game. Protect me until I have like 2 items and then we'll be good.
Yeah, because her abilities do a lot of damage because she's only got 2 damaging abilities.
Right, exactly.
Well,
and
4, but
her one, like I said, with a little bit of cooldown, you could throw that out very often. But a lot of people don't realize I play Hell in the support role. Very rarely I build her damage. I usually go for, CDR. I rush CDR and MP5 as fast as I can. I get usually CDR boots, a breastplate, and a Genji's. And then the next couple of items are pretty situational. So if they have like healing, I'll get a pestilence. If they have, more physical than magical, I'll get a lotus crown. Whatever can help the team, because when I go into a game, I don't know if you saw that clip, I am tank. You can see my build. It's all tank items.
Mm-hmm.
So unless I play her in ranked or ranked joust or whatever, I usually go tanky. So if you see me in a casual, I'm going to build tank Hell and I'm going to ruin your life.
Did you hear that? Random mage supports build tanky.
Yes, please.
Yeah. She's very strong. Like, and the best part about it is, like, imagine like a Surket jumping on your Hell. Like, you're not going to do anything to me. Yeah, it's true damage, but your tick is only hitting me for 15 because I am tanky. So, like, a Loki ulting on me is funny. I'm like, haha, I'm a tank, right? Or it'll be early game, like, I'll be in an arena and I have, boots and I have full breastplate, and he'll ult me for nothing. And I'm like, you just wasted that, big boy. Because when most people don't really look at, I mean, I do. I hit my tab button every 2 seconds to see what the enemy's building, but a lot of people don't. So you're expecting a Hell to be squishy, and since breastplate is like, it's a pretty cheap item, and you're gonna have I have 30% cooldown in the first 3.5 minutes of the game, especially arena, because the gold spooling is so high. It's like 10 per whatever. So he's not gonna do anything to me, and then he leaves me alone, and then I camp whoever, like, okay, well, my Discordia is the squishiest one, so let me camp her, and I'll just be on her, and he won't be able to touch either of us. So it's very disheartening, and it discourages them, but it's really strong to have on your team. Oh, and a cleanse that you could cleanse everybody every like 6 to 8 seconds, depending on your build. Yeah, okay, thanks.
Yeah. I hate it when you're playing Ares and you see a hell, and you're like, all right, please be terrible. Please be terrible.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or you have to wait for that. You have to wait for they have to wait for the cleanse and then do the Ares ult, but...
Yeah.
Did you see the video she posted in general?
No, I'll watch it.
Yeah, you had to look at it.
I get those every time. I have like probably 100 of those like different clips of me cleansing a 5-man Ares ult. Because I'm always recording when I play, so I always grab them. I want to make like a little compilation video of all of them, and
Ares rip.
Yeah, and he messaged me after the game, and he was like, "That was the worst game I've ever played in Smite." And I don't mean it like I'm really nice like in the community, and I don't mean to like be toxic or anything, but there's nothing more BME than that, because that's their whole setup. Like, you can't imagine. And as a Jing Chan, when a Jing Chan blinks in or does his little jumpy in, and you just cleanse everybody in the area, and he grabs nobody, and then they just, when like your teammate beads or ages by accident, and you just stop and stare at him for a sec,
right?
Because no one's saying anything, but you're all thinking, "Wow, you're an idiot." But we all fat finger stuff, and that's like they just stand there, and then like they turn around and like, did anybody see that? Okay, well, I'm gonna go now, because that was our whole setup. And the best is like, I played against these people in arena like 3 weeks ago, I think. I think I have it recorded. I'll find it and I'll send it to you guys. But it was a Jing Chan, and they had a Poseidon, and I 5-man cleansed my whole team, but the Kraken was still going. Like, he Krakened nothing, and we all just stood and stared for at least 10 seconds. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. Because, like, what Poseidon did was he threw the whirlpool down, so Jing Chan knew where to throw the teammates. But he didn't grab anybody. And he Krakened the empty whirlpool. And, it's always fun.
Poor guy.
I'm famous for not hitting my blink and then hitting my Ares ult, so I just hit it. And I'm like just sitting there with nobody, and I'm like, my blink didn't go off.
We had a random do that the other day. He got hit by that arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, he pulled a guy. He pulled a guy.
Yeah, basically. I mean, people, I get this a lot. Like, go outside. Like, I'll load into a game, and the first message I see is, "Hey, buddy, go outside." And I'm like, okay, well, no, because I'm here. But I get that. I get, "Wow, you must hate yourself," or
oh god.
I rarely get, "Wow, that's great, nice job." I always get something really BM, because when you have a hell, especially the one that knows what they're doing, it's like the pinnacle of, I'm going to destroy your team right now, and there's nothing you can do about it unless, like, I do play a lot of arena, so like I've taken a large break from Conquest as far as that, but I do play a lot of the casual modes, and when you do load in and people see that, I get so many messages all the time like, "Please don't cleanse me." Like, for an Athena confounding or taunting, which is confound is her ability, but the taunt, you can preempt, like, they're gonna throw their 3 down, and, well, a good Athena will throw their 3 down and then taunt.
Mm-hmm.
But you can, they're gonna dash in, they're gonna taunt, so you cleanse that right away, and they're just standing there kind of like the Jing Chan and the Ares are before.
Yep.
There's nothing you can do, because that's Athena. That's, a max rank is what, 2 seconds? A 2-second taunt, right?
Yeah.
So you're taunting them.
That's her entire setup's gone.
Exactly, and there's nothing you can do about it. And if you build like cooldown, like, for me, Genji's, its passive is you get hit by a magical ability, your cooldown's reduced. So I usually don't build Chronos Pendant on Hell unless I go damage, which isn't that often. Like sometimes in Joust, I usually always go damage, because I'm usually the only mage, but, or we do double frontline because we hate ourselves and it's meta, but, when I do build her tanky, my cooldowns are really, well, obviously they're low. They're not as low as they would be with a Chronos Pendant, for instance, but they're low. I could throw my 1 out every 5 seconds. I could cleanse every 6 to 8 seconds, depending if I'm hit with magical damage. I can heal with an Inspire every, 7 seconds, and then obviously her ult has, her cooldown. But firing those abilities so often, plus you have MP5. Genji's Guard gives you, 40?
Yeah.
MP5?
40.
And then a Lotus Crown has MP5.
Breastplate
and
has 25.
Breastplate? Yep. So I'm at max MP5 with I'm at 70-something MP5 with 3 items. So, I mean, I'm never gonna, I'm not gonna run out of mana anytime soon, which is nice.
30 stars on a Hell, not nearly as bad as on, Loki. That's when you message get a life.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, no one's ever BM'd me really for playing Loki other than my friends. But
well, they're good. They're good friends.
Yeah.
See, that makes me happy we play console because it's not quite as easy to message somebody on console.
Yeah.
But they still do it.
It's a whole process. They still do it, but it's a whole process to do it. So
I can't play console for the sheer fact that I don't even like my ex would have Netflix on his console. I didn't even like typing the shows out to search a show. I'm like, nah, I'd rather just watch on my phone. I'm okay. But you know what I'm talking about? It's I want to watch I couldn't even imagine. I would kill myself. I would literally be like, nah, I'm going home. Whatever. I don't care.
That's just because you need to get a keyboard. And then it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, I type 102 words per minute on a keyboard. So
I used to have a keyboard always connected to my PlayStation 3.
I wanted to do as far as I used to stream with a camera. I don't now. I'm ugly, so obviously I'm not going to. But I wanted to do a camera
Dan's
on my
ugly.
keyboard. Oh wow, that's rough. Rough. That's toxic. Yeah. But at least it's your friend saying it, so there you go. It's not bad.
It's all right. Truth can hurt.
You're a beautiful man, Dan. You are a beautiful man.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he didn't take after his beautiful mother or my handsome self. I don't know what happened.
You must use that term loosely or with a different definition.
Handsome.
Ooh.
I'm a very handsome man. I've been told.
I've been told.
I've been told I'm an awesome person, but it doesn't mean I believe it.
Dude, that really happened. When I was a store manager for T-Mobile, this lady was trying to this guy was helping me, and I was the manager at the store, and they're trying to figure out who she was talking about, and she just started describing this good-looking man, and they were all confused. And eventually, wait, you mean James? and she's like, oh yeah, that was his name. She's like, he's not, he's not handsome at all. And she's like, you guys be quiet. He's a very handsome man. They never let me have that
Apparently,
down.
your customer was a daytime drinker.
A daytime liar. No, I'm just kidding.
Daytime drinker. There you go.
That's probably it. Oh.
You don't know it, but that old lady had a flask in her purse with some fucking shit in it.
Dude, that wasn't her cell phone she kept holding up to her face. That was a
damn.
flask.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Lord.
Ooh, for me.
Off subject.
Well,
all right. So back to hell.
I think
we've talked about abilities. We've talked about builds, right? We've talked about cool things to do. What about how do you play against her?
Ooh, rough. So,
ooh, yeah. How do people beat you?
How do people beat me? Well, let me go look at my 80-something% win rate.
They just wish they would.
Wait, please. I actually just posted on Twitter. Wait, let me find it. Hold on. The thing is I don't play against Hells often, which is sad. It's kind of like a catch-22 for me because I would love to see other people play her. One, competitively, because that'd be great. But then it'll also bring out, every single time a new skin for her comes out, I cringe. One, I'm happy, but two, I'm like, shit. Now these people are gonna play Hell and pretend they know what the fuck they're doing. And it's just, well, that's what it is. I have yet I have yet to see a hell I've gone up against on PC that I've ever lost to. But she is very counterable, and that's something that, like, it hates me I hate to admit it. She is counterable. You know, you pressure her early, and, you know, if you don't have good teammates who will help you out, that's why, like, I play with the people I play with, because they know, like, well, if we help Isa get to, like, level 8, where she has, you know, 2 to 3 items, then we're all gonna prosper later. Because a good hell is gonna turn a fight every time. Every time. Like, you're gonna have no CC. You know, a big thing with playing her as well is you have to learn what to blow the cleanse on, especially when you don't have cooldown early. You have, you know, that cleanse is vital in a fight. So am I going to cleanse a Nike ult slow? No. But am I going to cleanse, like, an Anubis wrap that he's ulting and I could save my, like, teammates and that has a slow incorporated with it? Am I going to, like, if a Nike runs up to me, ults me, and then horrific emblems me, I'm going to cleanse it because I can't walk. That's 100 movement speed. I'm slow. I need to leave now. Goodbye. But you have to figure out what you're going to use your cleanse on, and I think a lot of hells don't realize that. Like, they're very focused on, they're not looking at the big picture, and they're just looking at the play that's in front of them. Like, so the level of ridiculous play that I play at is when I see an Ares ult, I know what his cooldowns are. I know exactly at what time. I can look at my timer and say, no, he still has 60 seconds before his ult even comes up. If he uses blink, you know, the cooldown on blink, I know that his blink's not up because we type in the chat what time he ults. Or what time his, like, you know how the pros do it, like, if an Ares ults, they type, okay, well, if it's 1 minute, well, 2:50 is when it's gonna be up. That's when you're gonna know. That's where you're gonna look for the ult. So we know that. Right. And a lot of hells, or a lot of people that, like, even Chiron's little cleanse, they don't, like, yes, should you cleanse a Nox combo? Yes, but should you cleanse a Nox combo if an Ares ult is up? No. Because am I going to save one person or am I going to save 5 people? So you have to think about it that way. What's going to benefit the team more, especially if you are playing in the support role, which is what I do. And that's why my win rate's so high, because if I played in the, I think the reason why it's not as high as it could be is because I used to play in Conquest as a mid or a solo. And when I did go mid, you know, she's great if you can get her past 15 minutes, but she could be easily pressured. She could be easily ganked because her clear isn't the best, you know?
Yeah, no, her clear is not very good.
Her clear is definitely not the best. Like, a lot of 99% of the gods out pressure her, especially if you have a jungle who's going to be camping mid, because that's what you do when there's a hell on the enemy team. You camp. And, I mean, I remember a game, years ago, I was solo, and I was up against an Odin in solo lane, and I was like, great! I think I was sniped on stream, but I don't know, maybe it could have been. And I was up against an Odin, and the jungle was a Circuit, and I couldn't leave my tower. And I was like, you know, being in solo lane, you're supposed to have a little bit of, like, an advantage of getting the solo farm, but when you're dead every 30 seconds, and, you know, the Odin can jump in tower because he has his little shield and all that stuff, it's rough. And you know, there aren't many gods that I don't hate, like, I don't like playing against as hell. I think Outpush would be one, because he's just annoying. You know, a good Outpush, I mean, I'm not saying, like, the average, you know, random that we go up against in a game, like, I can get over that. Am I gonna cleanse a slow? Am I gonna cleanse his little, you know, his stun? Probably not, because I do take preemptive measures. Like, if I see him throw that 3 out, then I'm very mindful of who has that dot on them to not heal them. Unless it's going to, like, kill them, then I'll heal and I'll cleanse so they can keep going. But there aren't many gods that I hate playing against. Odin probably because of the cage. And his Raven Shout, his little jump does, I don't know, 9,000 damage for no reason whatsoever. But
I will say that the secret, if you're frustrated and because every time you go to, you know, throw your heal at somebody and they dodge it, just yell spaghetti at them. That's like the universal word to make them just stop and stand still until that thing hits them.
Spaghetti because they're, like, wiggly?
I don't know. It's just the word we came up with. If hell yells spaghetti at you, that means stand still for the love of God. You keep dodging my heel.
It just means you need to get good.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. Like,
assholes, man. They
that's
stand
why-
in the back lines with 2 HP dodging. I'm like, what are you dodging?
What are you?
What are you dodging?
Who jukes that way? That's basically what it is, because it's your teammate, and you're like, why
Guy,
are you
I
juking?
swear
I'm
to
standing
God,
right
runs
next to
away
you.
from it like it's cancer.
Well, that's like I have people. I mean, I have people.
I'll be running for my life from the enemy, running towards Dan as hell.
Mm-hmm.
He'll throw his ability and I'll dodge it.
Yeah.
Like shit.
Gotta yell spaghetti, man. You gotta yell spaghetti.
Well,
They'll
when
be like, why'd you dodge? I'm like, you didn't yell spaghetti.
when people watch my stream, they ask me why I put more ticks into her Inspire, which is her 3. And I'm like, I can't hit a fucking 1. What do you mean, why? Like, I can't hit it. What's the point of leveling it? So, I mean, I'm honest. I'm not going to bullshit you. 33,000 worshippers is a lot, but it doesn't mean I can hit an ability. Mm-hmm. Nope, sure can't. And if you stay around me,
Who
you'll
needs
get the
to hit
AoE
abilities?
heal and whatever.
That's why I play Zeus.
Oh, yeah. That's
Zeus does all the work on hitting him for me.
But do you ever notice when you play Zeus, like you don't get that detonate, or you don't get those charges on people where you're positive that you know you got it, but then when somebody else plays Zeus against you, you could be in Narnia and they hit it and you die and you're like, okay, why does that not work for me?
I
100%.
I actually know 100%. Like I can just tell, like just the way people are positioned. It's really wonky because it changed like the Raiju, but better.
Yeah.
It like I've played enough Zeus that I go, I'm going to take 2 steps backwards and then not get chained. Or if I'm looking at the Zeus down the barrel of the Zeus and he's coming at me, I'm going to actually jump forward towards, especially if I'm playing like a tank. Tanks. If you have some way to close that gap if he's throwing an ability out. Because if you get ahead, you can break the distance and save your team the charges and pressure him in his face where he doesn't want to.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Hell. Pressure Hell. Force her to use her shit to get away from the support. And then let your damage do their
Stop
thing
giving them the secrets.
I have to give them all the secrets.
I want to be able to free cast. Stop it.
My job is to give them all the secrets.
Okay,
Yes.
Beagle. I mean,
Wow.
that's exactly. She always complains, like, why are we telling them this? That's not.
It's true.
I don't want them to know how to beat me.
I don't want people to know how to kick my butt, alright? I suck enough.
And you know what, Beagle? Get good.
Oh,
No, you.
Well, speaking of Beagle, I think it's time to move on here because we do got some community questions for you.
Oh,
and
shit.
Our time is,
Oh, yeah.
wow,
All right.
flying.
people
past
want to
here
know
already.
things about me? Okay, hit me.
There's a few interesting ones in here.
Okay.
There is a
I'm
good
sure.
list. Oh my gosh, guys, I can't English. Why?
Nah.
That's
All
like
right.
make Beagle read in English.
Because you went to school in the United States.
Yeah, basically. That's why we're here. We are.
I mean,
All
you
right.
should go to school in Florida. It's a special place down here.
I think I'm good in my cyber.
You guys eat
thanks.
people's faces and stuff. I'm good.
What?
No, or attack the fire marshal's car and have to get beaten down with a radio.
With a radio.
Bath salts,
That's
man.
awesome.
Bath salts.
You guys lost me.
We're talking about
Alright, you ever
Florida.
heard any of the crazy ass news stories about Florida? Place is fucking nuts.
Apparently, Yuki was in one.
No, I've never been in trouble with the police. I may have been on a watch list for the FBI in high school, but I was never in
shit.
trouble with the police.
Oh my god.
They were scared of me. They
Chill.
needed the FBI for that shit.
All right, community questions, Beagle.
Alright. First list of questions from Maro, don't know,
Mhm.
but whatever. Why is Arena your favorite mode? I'm interested in why too.
So like I said before, I used to main Conquest, and it was all I played. Honestly, I didn't even know there were other modes. And I actually got into a party with a friend who I had met in Conquest, and they queued Arena, and I called my role, and they're like, there's no roles here, idiot. And I was like, what are you talking about? And I looked and I saw Arena, and I was like, the fuck is this? So I played, and I was like, this is so much more relaxing. And then I continued with Conquest, because that's what all my friends played, and when I was invited, that's where I went. And then one day I was just like, I'm gonna go solo queue Arena. And it just, that moment when you feel like a weight is lifted off your shoulders and no one's BMing you and no one's toxic? Like,
Are we playing a different arena?
Yeah, right. Well, so back when I started Smite, I wasn't a good player by any fucking means. You know, I died a lot. I didn't do damage. And I kind of told myself, you know, all right, Isa, snap out of it. You have to get good, basically. And I gave myself goals like, okay, so for now, you're going to try and die as least amount as possible. Even if you don't do damage, just don't die. And that was my thing for like a couple months. And then I said, okay, Isa, you're not going to die, but you're also going to try and output as much damage as possible. So I tried to train myself. I think I went probably like 100 games with 0 deaths straight because I was getting BM'd for dying and not doing anything. And I didn't want to be that useless person on the team. And that was really, really, really early in Smite where that was. So I trained myself to be better. And I wanted to be better because it was a game that I really, really loved. And Arena helped me because it didn't put me in a position to die as often. Because I could stay back and I could learn people's kits better. Because yes, you could be in a conquest, but you're not always in the team fight. You might be doing something, you might be pushing a lane, you might be doing objectives. Arena makes you focus on combat. Well, and minions, obviously, because that's the main part. But it makes you focus on combat. It makes you focus on other people's cooldowns, like I said with Ares. Like, when I see an Ares ult, you're not always going to see that in a conquest. Like, Ares might ult in duo lane, and I could be in the jungle, and I don't know. And someone might not call it. They might not say enemy ultimate down. So you learn cooldowns. You learn items, I think, a little bit better because you're seeing so much more of them. And Arena, for me, helped me more, I think, than Conquest did in learning, at least.
I would agree with that 100%. It's not going to teach you the Conquest mode, but you do learn more about it because you see so many more gods played in so many different ways.
Exactly, yeah.
All right. Next question. What is your worshiper goal in Hell at the end of this year?
My goal? So she's at 33,289. My goal is 50K. 40K would be pretty easy because that's like 2 triple weekends, but I think 50K. Oh yeah, I'm insane. I hate myself. Like I'll do like 2,000 to 3,000 in 2-3 days. I did 1,000 almost yesterday for Neith. I had her at like 8,200. She's at 9,074. Because awesome. my top 3 gods I want all above 10K. So Hell is at 33K, Nox is at 11K, and Neith is at 9K. So I want to get them.
So by the time we're done with this podcast recording, that will be at 10K.
Right, probably, yeah. I'm playing at the same time, so it could go anyway. No, I'm just kidding.
Alright. If ranked Athena was Athena.
If ranked Athena was a thing.
Wow. I can't believe I actually did. Okay.
That's okay.
If ranked Arena was a thing again, which players would be on your team?
Hopefully a ranked Athena.
I think she means like people. I don't think she means gods because she told me these questions earlier. Mo definitely, because her skill ceiling with some gods she plays is pretty high. Like she has a disgusting dodgy. She's a great Terra. She's a great Nox, and those are really useful in Arena. Probably all of the 1P members. That's a clan for 1 power. The leader is Iria. And they're arena mains like I am. Like they used to have an old clan called BAM, Bad Arena Mains, and they take it seriously down to the minion hits, and that's something like I scream my head off sometimes. I'm like, kill the fucking minions, like blast at the minions. You could be up 20 kills and lose a game because you're not clearing the minions, and it's so frustrating. And these guys are so good at it that, you know, when we play together, we're winning games by 300 tickets. Every game. Like, it doesn't matter who we're up against. The synergy's there. Those people in that clip, those are the members that are in that. And then obviously Jesse, because he's a support main and he's the best. And if I didn't say that, he'd probably punch me in the face.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, dude, I hate it when you lose by 5 at the end and you're like, oh, that's from the minions that didn't get cleared. Oh.
Yeah. As far as a comp, if in case if that's what she means, I'd probably want I don't care who's in it as long as there's a Nox. Because she's stupid. Nox or Loki. I think Nox, Morrigan, Daji, Ares, and any ADC, I don't care.
Oh, that team, Hui Yi.
I wouldn't put Hui Yi in Arena. He's shit in Arena. But I mean,
I agree.
I don't know how he is on console, but you rarely see a Hou-Yi in Arena on
It's just
you don't really ever see him in arenas.
Like
Yeah.
if you're good at just
Console
landing the straight line, if you're not worried about bouncing, the straight line stun is really good
Yeah.
initial setup and peel. Like if you really
Yeah.
have to, and he's fairly safe with the jump, and he's got that big easy to hit hole that eats
Yeah.
up the middle of the arena. But I just like him because he's safe. Shibalanque is
he's pretty
weird
safe, too.
because his ult's still good, but the map's so small. Like you can't.
Yeah, I agree.
Who do I really? Blink Artemis in arenas. The
I
funniest
think
thing on the planet.
Hachiman. As far
Hachiman.
as a hunter, if I pick one, Hachiman or Uller, but Uller takes it decently. Like for Arena, like you could say a god takes a certain amount of time to get online, but Arena is so fast because of the spooling and how the XP is split. Like it's not as bad as like a conquest where you're 20 minutes in and you only have three items. Like you have a full build at like 12 minutes, so it's not that bad. That's why I love playing. Like my win rate with Hell in Arena is 97% with like 4,000 games played. So like a shit ton of games played. Like stupid. No, not 4,000. I'm not talking about like 800 games played. But I don't know.
That's just hilarious.
Alright, next. Who is your least favorite god to fight when you're Hell or against in general?
When I'm Hell, it's either, I know this sounds so stupid, it's either Morrigan or Outpush. The Morrigan's just annoying because she's stealth and she could stun. It's not that she would be able to kill me early game, because depending on who is against the other team, if it's more physical than magical, I usually always go with physical defense first. And that's usually what it is in Arena, because they go like an ADC, an assassin, and a warrior, and then like a tank and a mage. It's very rare that, like, my team comps, we usually do a double mage because I am playing Hell, and then we need a magical, like someone to do magical damage as far as burst. But when I see on the other side, so if I don't have magical defense, because I usually get it 3rd to 4th item, you know, her combo is just annoying. And like I'm stunned and I can't really do much until I heal up a little and then help the enemy team. For me, you know, I'm really, really, really good at timing my repulse to kill somebody. Should I get the kill? No, because I am supporting. Do I get the kill? Yes, wink wink, because I wanted it and I'm healing you, so I deserve something. But, you know, for me as support, like, I feel bad when I play a Guardian and I get a kill because I'm like, oh shit, I'm sorry. Like, I want my carries to be as fed as possible. With that in mind, I do not have the same mindset for Hell. I want as many kills as I can so I can get online faster. Because I feel like she does have a little bit of a handicap in the beginning. Not, like, per se in Arena, obviously, but I feel like she does. She's slow, she's squishy as hell. Ha ha ha. Get it? Sorry, that was terrible.
You're making me proud.
Oh, thank you. I tried. But I feel like, oh, I dropped my water. Crap. Shit. Cut. Let's redo it. No, but she's super great, and the problem with her is people only see her as healing, and they see her as, you know, oh, we'll just get anti-heal, but she has so much more in her kit. She has the debuff, the slow, the cleanse, and then she has a movement speed for her allies. It's like a mini sprint every 8 or so seconds. So, against in general, Nox. That's facts. If it's not Nox, you're sleeping. She's annoying as fuck.
Yeah, she does so much damage.
I build her like I usually build her like cooldown, so I could, like, you know, I do like in Arena especially. I usually do Mage Boots, Chronos Pendant, Spear of Desolation, and her combos up every 5 seconds. So no, what? Okay, that's fine, no big deal.
Yeah, no big deal.
You're fine. It's like that dog in the house with the house on fire. This is fine.
Except instead of a house being on fire, it's an orb of shadow with a tendril reaching at your throat. But it's fine. Either way,
it's fine.
Next one is not a question. Your potato.
That's facts.
Same.
Same.
Well, next question: soft or hard shell taco?
Ooh, I like hard shell tacos. I'm not gonna lie.
Me too.
Oh, they're so messy.
No, not if you eat it over another taco.
Oh, jeez.
Yes.
I don't care how messy it is. It's good.
It's gonna be in my face in about 0.3 seconds anyway. I don't really care.
That's what I'm
Exactly.
thinking. It's gonna be
Shit,
gone
like-
before the mess
Is it
there.
kind of like a taco waterfall? You make a
Don't
taco
go
and then you put an
yeah.
empty shell down below and then you
Exactly.
eat over top of that. Whenever it falls into that, you start with your next taco. And
Yeah,
that's like genius.
so smart. I know exactly.
But the only flaw is you have to eat so many tacos until you're out of shells every single time because you can't eat one without a shell underneath. And
I
then
mean-
you can't waste what's in there, so you got to eat the whole pack of shells.
Right. And they only sell 10 at a time. So
I mean,
10 taco deal. High five.
sounds good to me.
That just reminds me of
I'm
the
in.
dark days back when I was eating horribly and I could eat all 10 tacos. Ugh.
I can eat all 10 tacos, and I'm a stick figure.
Yeah, well, I could eat all 10 tacos back in the day and weighed 300 pounds, so I win. I'm doing it
Okay.
better.
I just want 10 tacos, so.
You kind of want
So
10
where's
tacos
this
now.
now.
going?
I'm hungry. Shit.
Oh, you're
too.
making tacos for dinner? No, this is my lunch, actually. Thanks. The whole box? Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatevs.
All right. Next question there, Beagle.
Alright. Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. Oops. Where do you see the arena meta... La, 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 la. I can't speak. Where do you see... Where do you see the blah, 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 blah going? Where do you see the arena meta?
Wow.
Oh my god!
No.
I'm
I can
getting
see
like
why I
really
don't have to edit
shaky
that.
and I feel like I've been sitting for way too long.
Can't
I've
believe
been
you guys
very,
are
very
deaf around
lazy.
there.
What?
Huh?
Okay.
Can't talk, can't hear, can't
Okay,
see.
let me try this
What'd
one
you
more
say again?
time. Where do you see the arena meta going? Who would you say are the top gods in arena? Hey, I did it.
There you go. You got it. The arena meta going. So, obviously arena is the most played game mode in Smite by far.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's gonna go I don't think anything really is gonna change. As much as that, because it has been a staple for so long, I don't think they're gonna fuck with that because it's basically what brings people into play Smite, sadly. Like, they'll play for Conquest, obviously, because that's what they see, that's what they promote, but everybody turns to Arena. Unless you're a pro, I see pros in Arena every day, so, like, that's, like, their warm-up stuff. I don't see it changing. The top gods in Arena, Nox, any healer, basically. I think I'm being biased and saying Hell, but is she meta? No, but she could be. Nox is really good. Sad to fucking admit, Loki obviously is very good.
Yeah.
Daji's very good. As far as like a support, Ares, Geb, Jing Chan even. As far as mages, Baron, obviously Nox I said. Scylla's really good.
I've been quite a fan of the Baron Ganesh combo lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's busted.
Oh,
As far
boy.
as far
Best
as
guy
Ganesh
on
in Arena
that.
though, he's pretty shit because he, other than his ult, which is great, his Dharmic pillars are great, but you have to one get somebody on them, and two, you can basically do the same thing with like I don't know a Nox and have more control over people and have the damage too. As far as ADCs, Neith is always going to be a good hunter. She's strong. Her scaling is 100% on her ability. So,
Thank you.
like, you hate to say it, but she is very strong. Hachiman, I think, as long as they don't fuck with his kit or whatever, change it, he's really strong too. What else? Assassins, as far as assassins go, obviously, like, Loki, Daji, I think Bastet is very strong. Unless there's, like, a lot of lockdown on the other team. She's free damage, pounce in, Razor Whip, pounce out. Khepri is okay. I mean, I love Khepri, so it's maybe just me being a little biased, but
I love the hug
when
bug.
you have it's always a fight for first blood and clearing minions. So if your Khepri's level 5 and you're about to get first blooded, he could save you and then you guys can turn and get the first blood, because that's basically what it is. Kills over deaths obviously, and then minion damage, and you want a god that can clear well, and I think Kukulkan is probably the best clearer so far. His whirlwind level, 3 to 4 almost full clears a wave. And that's what you really are looking for to get the last hits. You throw a Kukulkan Whirlwind on it and you walk away, and that's the whole wave. Like early Scylla's Crush doesn't kill a wave. It gets them a little less than half. And then, if you're not fast enough, because you don't have the movement or attack speed that early to get the last hits, so you might be sleeping on a couple of those minions. But that's basically, Outpush is strong too, but he can also really get locked down. And then I think Fenrir is pretty good. So it depends on the comp, but those gods. Nox, I'm just going to throw as number one. She's stupid, but I love her. So she's dumb,
safe.
But I love her. Yeah.
She's stupid as hell when anyone else plays them, but when I play them.
Exactly. That's literally what it is. I'll go up against a Nox and I'm like, why are you playing Nox? You're trash. And then I'll die to a Nox combo. I'll be in that Siphon Darkness I'm going to die here. Okay, that's fine. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we got time here for just a couple more questions. So,
okay.
Beagle Girl, if you can hear me, because apparently her sound's cutting in and out, go ahead and pick a question or two here from our last contestant, and then we'll wrap things up here for this week, because it's running late on the showtime.
Oops.
Okay. Gotta pick a good one. Who is your second favorite god?
Nox. Definitely Nox.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, I have to ask this one. What's your favorite food?
Chicken Caesar salad.
Ooh, nice.
That's my favorite.
With what kind of greens, though?
Romaine.
I guess I should pick one more Smite-related one. I mean,
we've talked about Smite enough.
Agree.
What about, do you watch Supernatural?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I do not, no.
See, now Dad's gonna even just ask that instead of me.
It's faster that way.
What?
Right. Well, hey, it's been a blast having you on the show here, Izanami. Very good information, and hats off to all those stars there you got.
Thank you.
It's funny. My running joke is when I see somebody with that many stars, inevitably they suck.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
I think that too sometimes. Yeah.
We had the Morgan on our team once. I think it was me and Yuki, and she had a ring of stars so thick it was just like a ribbon going around her border.
It looks like fuzz.
Mm-hmm. And she would literally stand and miss 2 waves of minions because she's waiting for the blue buff to spawn.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what are you doing?
It's been my experience that just because you play somebody a certain amount of times doesn't mean you're necessarily good at them. But that's the sad part too, because I do take a lot of pride into playing Hell, and I tried really hard. The whole reason I started playing her was because somebody told me I couldn't. And someone told me that she was too hard of a concept to figure out for my small little brain. And I was like, okay, well, tell that to my 80-something% win rate and getting myself.
Yeah, that's what I was actually going to say. Is your win weights definitely support your boasting here.
Yeah, that's how I cheesed to Masters. So okay, if you want to say I'm not good at her, fine, but. I'll look at my little history and lay in bed, crying. It's no big deal.
I'll look at my 81% win rate. I'm just fine.
All right. Well, hey, how can people find you out there in the old wonderful world of the internet?
Don't.
Forth?
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm
just joking. So, I stream on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/SmiteBabe, and it's the same for Twitter. It's SmiteBabe at the same time. Which, I didn't come up with the name, it was a running joke, and it just stuck with it, so. I was gonna be Izanami GG, but, Smite was clickbaity and funny, so.
Gotta have that clickbait.
Gotta have it, yeah. You gotta have a niche somewhere.
Alright, hey, Yuki, how can people get a hold of you?
You can find me on PlayStation at Ryukotse_Yuki, 1.5 nights a week these days. Just hit me up, we'll play games, yell at me, tell me Loki sucks, we'll be instant friends. You can find me on Twitter at YukiGaming22. And that's how you do.
Beagle Girl?
You can find me on Twitter at Beagle_Girl27 or PlayStation at Beagle_Girl2780. Don't count on me ever actually joining. I'm like,
Big mood. Big mood. I love you.
She'll look at it and be like,
okay, I'll add you, but
I stare at my screen when people invite me. I'm like, oh, I'm good.
I'm just like, I should, but I just don't want to.
Must
Especially since I've been on a break.
supernatural.
Need more supernatural first, and then forgets about it.
I just wanted to throw out, if people do play on PC and want to play with me, my IGN's Izanami. No special characters, just like the gods, so search me, find me. I'll ignore your requests, but I'll be there.
I will try
I'll be there
eventually.
forever in your pending section.
You're so funny. I literally, like, I'll be watching, like, a show on Hulu, and I look over, and it's like, someone has invited you. I'm like, nah. And then I just look back at my show. Giant mood.
Oh my gosh.
Well, now with cross-platform, they can find you on console too, right?
Shit.
Xbox and Switch.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not us, though, so don't worry about that.
Not
Not
us
us.
Well, some of us.
Soon.
Well, hey, Guy, how can people get a hold of you?
You can find me on Twitter at GSmitey. You can find me on PlayStation at GuyAJ78, and you can find me on Xbox at GuyAllSmitey.
Dan.
Right. You can get a hold of me on the Split Push Podcast Twitter at Split Push Podcast with no A. You can find me on PlayStation at DirtXNapXDan and on the PC as DirtNapDan.
No special characters.
I'm going to give a shout out to your friend Mo Morrow. Is that how you say that?
Yeah,
Mo Morrow? She kept me company tonight while I was waiting on you nerds to show up.
Aw, she's great.
And she also told me that our welcome screen's been Yuki's injured thumb for the last 4 or 5 months.
Yeah,
here.
I saw that. That was funny. As soon as you join, it's just a thumb, and I'm like, oh, okay. That's cool.
She was like,
take
why
that
is there
down?
some dude's thumb on your welcome page?
Yeah, it's gone now.
Get it.
Hey, you can find good old Dirt Naps Dad here on the PlayStation and on Twitter at dirt_naps_dad. And you can email us at splitpush, community at splitpushpodcast.com. And check out our YouTube channel. Give us a like and subscribe there. That would be awesome. And also don't forget to upvote us on however your platform that you're listening to takes those said good, positive, well-rounded, thought-out votes to, hey, help us climb up those, those boards and stuff out there so more and more people can find us out there like you want to have happen. So, hey, when it comes to dirt naps, you got to give them before you take them. When all else fails,
Split push.